down to brass tacks, gentlemen.
This is it. The American dream.
Let's just cut the crap and get down to brass tacks here.
This is it. The American dream.
Let's get down to brass tacks here.
This is it. The American dream.
But let's get the brass tacks here.
Need to fucking practice, Randy!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Brass Tacks Podcast. We are your hosts, Rick and Adam. My name is Rick.
Let's go, Brandon.
That's Adam. And of course, we are joined by the illustrious Rabbi Red Eye and executive intern Logan. How you guys doing today?
Hello.
Hey.
And it's episode 113. We up in this bitch.
Ooh, that's a bad one.
Yeah. And of course, we're coming back with another installment of Podtober. Luckily, we're able to do it this week. Daddy got a nice 3-day weekend, so I'm going to be enjoying that. I started off the celebration of my 3-day weekend by giving myself a nice sodium headache. I had a bunch of Chinese food last night, and dude, I woke up this morning just completely parched. My tongue was fucking like sandpaper. I had a raging headache. It was not good.
What kind of Chinese food did you get?
Oh, dude, I did it up. I got like shrimp lo mein. I got some fried dumplings. I got some miso soup. Some wonton soup. And I got some General Tso's chicken.
I love that wonton soup, dude.
It's so fucking good, man. Especially when they cook it a nice I like it el dente, you know, little toughness to it. Yeah, I basically yeah. Anyway,
How about that sushi we had in my place?
Yeah, Rabbi and I had a sushi party last week. He was nice enough to let me stay with him on his nice spare room there.
Exotic sauces.
Yeah, it was very odd. I've never experienced a sushi place quite like that. Like, didn't you have like sliced apples or something on the side with yours?
It was good, but it was just like, all right, we're in something different.
Yeah,
it was a sushi place. You had to dip your sushi in barbecue sauce.
It's not how it works down here.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Okay, sure.
Adam assumes everything in the South is just backwards.
They do have that there, but yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. They were definitely an unconventional sushi place. Let's say that. Yeah. Unconventional.
Non-binary?
Yeah, definitely. It's a non-binary sushi joint. But yeah, they gave me some weird like lemon basil like aioli or something to dip mine in, and I'm like, dude, I'm a wasabi and soy sauce guy. I don't need this bullshit, all right? I don't need the extra accoutrement, and I don't need you to be different with your sushi. Just fucking give me the sushi, give me the regular shit. I'll go give myself hard poops later on. I don't know what it is about sushi, but I always get hard shits right after I eat it.
Bro, yes, I agree with that.
You get it too?
We got sushi. We got a huge like plate, like a huge thing. I was slaying a bunch of sushi like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Next morning, you always have a solid poop, dude.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what it is. Like, I was pushing out a sandpaper shit the next morning when I was waking up for work.
Yeah.
But I don't
poop, so I wouldn't know.
Speaking of last week, though, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck happened. Our stream kept going for like almost 8 hours. I don't know what the hell went on with that shit. I think it has something to do.
Did it get a lot of views?
Not any more than usual. Definitely got a lot less likes. But it was, I don't know. I still haven't figured out what the fuck was wrong with it. I'm sure it has something to do with Streamlabs OBS. I normally don't like using Streamlabs OBS, but it's what's on my laptop, so I went with it. I'm definitely going to switch that up if I ever have to do that again. But we're back in the normal setting of things. I got my rug back up on my wall, looking nice.
Is it really a rug? It's not a rug.
No, it's not, but that's what Bite Size calls it, so it's a rug now. Kyle in the chat, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. He says, nice jersey, Adam. Go Avs.
Oh, hell yeah, Kyle. You know what's up, dog?
Fuck yeah. But yeah, it's I did myself a disservice because of course I wake up with a sodium headache and everything from the Chinaman food, and I immediately go down to my favorite pancakes house, and I just get some greasy bullshit. I got like just greasy eggs, greasy ass bacon and grits and fucking pancakes, and then I had a bunch of black coffee on top of it. So I had to come home and it was basically just coffee shit. It was a coffee water shit. It looked like a French press coming out of my ass.
You know what they call those breakfast places? Greasy spoons.
Yes, they do. You got anything to follow that up with?
A greasy spoon.
You gonna follow that up with a punchline, or are you just gonna let it sit?
No, but what I did notice a lot on the East Coast, most breakfast places, at least Northeast, are run by Greek people.
Down here,
breakfast place, Greek people run.
Same down here. Same down here.
Which is weird. It's not like pancakes and bacon are Greek food.
Well,
but they all run the breakfast things.
It's weird because you see certain, like, I don't even know if you call it a stereotype, but like certain businesses are run by certain people, down here in Myrtle
like,
Beach.
Indians run hotels, motels. They're doctors or taxi drivers, right?
Is that really a thing? Is that the case?
Yeah, I think so.
No, IT.
Yeah, a lot of IT.
Yeah.
A lot of outsourcing to India in the IT world. I see West of Waterford Podcast in the chat here. Hello, West of Waterford Podcast. He says the old tug rug was a way for cleaning. Yes, it was. Just covered in semen. Good to see you, my friend. Everyone, go listen to the West of Waterford Podcast if you haven't already. I don't need to tell you guys twice, or I'll break your fucking knees. Kyle says,
west? Is it west of Waterford? Like Waterford? Like it's
what?
west of this town called Waterford?
Air Chevy.
I'm sure he'll let you know in the chat. Kyle says, I wish we had more diners. Diners are awesome. There is one place near you, Kyle, because Kyle and I lived in the same neighborhood out in Colorado. You remember that diner that we went to that one time, Adam? When I first moved to Brimfield? Yeah, I forget the name of it, but if you Google... That's
on the 120th, I think, right?
I think so, yeah. If you Google diners in your area, Kyle, you'll see it. I think it's like Lone Star Cafe or something like that. It's got a Western name to it, but it's literally just a fucking regular-ass diner.
But also, keeping it local, Kyle, you got to try Syrup. It's a place, it's like a couple blocks away from my building where I work downtown. It's called Syrup.
Adam was raped there one time.
Syrup, Denver, Colorado. Look it up. That place is fucking pretty good, dude.
What is it?
It's a breakfast place.
Breakfast? Okay.
It's called Syrup. What do you think it is?
Kyle says, I
don't
think...
fucking know, Adam. The shit you do.
Sex shit.
Kyle says he thinks that the one that we're talking about closed. That's a bummer.
Yeah, well.
Another victim of the pandemic.
Well, go to Syrup, Kyle. Try it out, dude. It's all right.
There's a jazz-themed breakfast place down in downtown Denver that I went to. I wish I could remember the name off the top of my head, but it was so fucking good, dude. They have like a buffet-style breakfast thing going on there. That's back when I was drinking, too, so I would get like a ton of cocktails. They have like bottomless Bloody Marys.
Nice.
Daddy was popping off over there.
I've never had a Bloody Mary.
Really?
No.
Kyle, I think you're right. Yes. It is over there.
It's a liquor salad.
It really is. But yeah, before we get into Podtober and stuff like that, I've just got some random videos that I accrued this afternoon while I was digging around. I was so glad I found this show too. I hope you guys stick around for this horrific podcast that I found. It's the title is in the title of the episode here, but
can I ask you guys before this?
Yeah, what?
Do you think don't you think we should all go to some form of a bidet cleaning?
What?
Get rid of toilet paper.
What, together?
No, but
dude,
like,
we're not rehashing this again.
Just
all right?
have the thing spray your butt.
Just mute him, Rick.
And then you never have to use toilet paper.
Dog, we've already said bidets are the way to go. We've already said bidets are the way to go. We've already established bidets are a necessity, that toilet paper is yesterday's tomatoes. All right? So I don't think we need to rehash the bidet thing again. Quit trying to be... What are you doing? You're trying to bring up some... Like a bidet is a hot topic.
No, I was just thinking about it because, I just took a shit earlier and... I got to just wash my butt. It's like, that's a lot better, dude. And then you're not buying stupid paper.
West of Waterford podcast says, Adam, I live in Arizona. I grew up in Waterford Island. Ireland.
Ireland.
Yeah, so I'm pretty far west from my
Oh.
hometown, plus the added nod to Opie and Anthony's WoW campaign.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm just, okay. So you're very west of
Waterford, plus the Opie and Anthony connotation, which is bonus points. I noticed west of Waterford uses the car crash as well. So that's another tip of the hat to you guys. Always appreciate hearing that car crash.
Governor.
But yeah, so let's get into this. The first video I have for you all today is a video that I found here. It is basically this woman went to a Smashmouth concert for some fucking reason. I don't know why, but she basically filmed portions of this concert. The lead singer is fucking hammered, like trashed, hammered. Doesn't give a fuck about life. So without further ado,
Is he eating chicken spears at all?
I think
I already chicken speared to you guys.
of Smashmouth actually dropped out on Saturday of the band.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Logan's correct. Logan is 100% correct. The guy after this came out, he said, yeah, he's retiring.
Kyle in the chat says somebody once told me. But wait, can you see it, Adam? I already chicken spears you guys.
No, we're
see
good.
it.
We're chickened up now.
Okay,
We're good.
you guys, you guys are stupid. All right, here you go.
Okay, I know the ethics of this aren't great, but I did just see
Can you pause it real quick?
Smashmouth
Oh
perform
my
live
god,
at
dude!
the local beer and wine festival.
What? Would you?
You know that? Yeah, dude. You know this chick has a bush too, dude.
That's your type.
Yeah, dude.
You fucking
8-inch
had
pipe.
me pause. All right.
Festival. When I say this is the most chaotic show I've ever seen in my entire life, I have no words.
At no point was the sound balanced.
That sounds atrocious.
Unintelligible speech.
Whoa! Did he just do a Hitler salute or a Nazi
Fascist
salute?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you can't. I mean, is he really in the limelight enough for this to matter though? It's fucking Smashmouth. Like, when was their last hit? Like the Shrek movie? Something
was
like
he
that.
pointing to something right there? Maybe he was pointing. He's like, "Hey, there's a bird."
Maybe he was karate chopping an angel or something.
Yeah, like, "Oh, hey, look up there."
Yeah, I don't know. This guy's irrelevant. Who cares? And look at this guy in the background with the Telecaster with his little guitar here, still trying to look young. He's got the Adam Levine vibe going, but the dude's probably like in his 50s. I don't know. I don't care about Smashmouth.
Well,
So it looks like.
oh,
Dude, he is not doing well. Look at this fucking.
oh, wait, does a chick come take over right there?
No, he brought some random bitch on the stage, but like, whenever you see a middle-aged fat man that was in a once popular band leaning on the side of the stage with an empty beer in his hand, looking down at the ground.
But look
You're
at his
finished.
So his hairline, you can see. Look how it's like there's no hair, but he stands like he puts his head up. It's like a smoke screen. Like he's got every little strand is dyed jet black, so
Yeah,
it looks like he has a
spiked
lot of
up.
hair.
Speaking of
He's
soy
got no
sauce,
hair at all.
He's a soy sauce head.
Yeah, well, worse. Oh boy.
Say Liam Neeson looks a little better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, dude, he's not even singing the lyrics. The fucking bass player is singing for him.
Or it said backing track, which a lot of bands do now.
Well, no, the guy's clearly singing into a microphone, and it's not even
Dude,
his
he
voice.
looks like Yokozuna now.
Whoa, did you see that? He's at the microphone, and in quotes here, it says, "I'll fucking kill your whole family." I swear to God. This poor guy. If I could suck my own dick, I'd never leave the house. Wow.
Well, he's doing
Way to
good.
go.
What a fall from grace. Speaking
the way
of
to go.
Grace, the next video I have is from Nancy Grace. She's always a favorite on this show.
You would.
No, I would not. Not under the worst of circumstances would I ever put anything in Nancy Grace aside from like a kitchen knife.
She would make you do it.
Look at the before I play this picture. You guys' camera frame is kind of blocking it, but she's wearing a necklace, like a choker, and it's handcuffs. It's 2 handcuffs binding each other together, really making a statement. And look at her fucking John Walsh leather jacket, like I'm coming for you. Her stupid, oh my God, dude, I can't stand Nancy Grace. She's such a bag of shit with her fucking outdated haircut.
You're saying you wish she was Adam Walsh.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it at all.
Rest of power, Adam Walsh.
West of
child that was decapitated.
Too soon. West of Waterford Podcast says he looks like a cool high school teacher. I'm guessing history. Yeah, he does. I had an English teacher that kind of resembled that style. He kind of had that same look going for him, but coolest guy on the planet, just batshit crazy. He would come into class. He would tell us these stories about how he would go off of his medication for certain periods of time. He would abuse drugs and alcohol, and inevitably it would always end with him being arrested naked and doing something he shouldn't be doing. Like last time it was our senior year. It was the first day of senior year, and the night before, the school resource officer came in 5 a.m. or whatever, super early to open up the school and whatnot. And she found this gentleman laying naked face down in one of the classrooms, or to be exact, it was the dance auditorium. He was naked face down with an empty bottle of liquor laying next to him because he went on a bender and he had broken one of the windows to get into the school. And so she was a really cool resource officer. She basically got him into a cab, sent him home, and we never saw him again after that. Really nice guy. We never saw him again.
I bet you didn't.
Let's see. Kyle asks, this broad, she went away for a while, right? I don't know. Is Nancy Grace still performing her craft?
Well, she did Dancing with the Stars.
She came too far.
Didn't she have a nipple slip in Dancing with the Stars?
Ugh, I hope not. You turned to stone seeing those fucking things.
I think there was a wardrobe malfunction.
Her horrible tits. This particular segment, I pulled this up because it's just really funny. This guy finds out that his son was found alive and well, but let's see how. Here you go.
Out to the father of the missing 12-year-old boy, Charlie. With me is his father, Charlie Bothell. Charlie, we're getting reports that your son has been found in your basement. Sir?
He knows he's in trouble.
Mr. Bothell, are you?
What?
Yeah, we are getting reports that your son has been found alive in your basement.
What?
Yeah, that's what. If you could hand me that wire very quickly. Yeah, we're getting that right now from. Yeah.
Look at this phony reaction from this guy who looks like the mayor from The Wire.
Acting.
Yeah, dude.
It was like, this is like acting. What the fuck? This isn't real, is it?
Yeah, this happened on her show. Like, she had this guy on. There was this whole campaign where they were trying to find his missing son and whatnot. And while he was on the show, like right at the beginning of the segment, the police hit up Nancy Grace's show and they were like, yo, this kid is fine. We just found him and he's, basically he was just in the basement of his own home. Like the dad was staging this whole thing. And he got caught on the air.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Sounds like something your old landlord would do, Rick.
I mean,
oh yeah,
you're not fucking wrong. The only problem is there's no room in the basement to keep anybody. It was me and Skylar living down there.
Yeah, if that water gets cold.
Oh yeah, you don't want that. Power metal and muscles out everywhere, dude. I can't get my fucking boner to go down.
Could your son be alive in your basement?
This guy's such a fucking phony.
Doesn't she look like she has Lego hair?
Yeah.
Like a Lego person? You put their hair on?
I have no idea.
He knows he's going to jail. This is the worst acting I've ever seen in my life.
Now, this is just a report that we are hearing out of Detroit. That
You
we're
should just
trying
get up.
to confirm.
Yeah, I would just leave, dude.
Everybody
What?
in
I gotta
New York,
go talk to
please
somebody,
get
not
on
you.
it. Let me know when we get Charlie Langton from WWJ. Sir, did you check your basement?
Nah.
I checked my basement. The FBI checked my basement. The Detroit police checked my basement. My wife checked my basement.
They found John Bonet there as well.
Is this a Jesse Smollett 2.0?
I think this happened before Smouye.
We are hearing that.
Is this a Smollett 2.0?
Whoa, it's one of those weird kids who looks like they're in their 40s. You ever seen these? Maybe he's got like progeria or something. I don't.
Like he was hid in the basement.
Looks like a regular kid.
No, he does not look like a regular kid. He looks like a kid with a mortgage.
Like Gary Coleman.
Yeah, he's kind of got Gary Coleman qualities going on. Definitely not as rough looking. What?
You just say it because he's black.
I didn't say that because of that at all. And plus, we all know black don't crack.
Found
You're fucking
alive
racist.
and well in his father's basement.
His dad looks like he's dressed to be taking collections at a Baptist church.
Reported he's missing.
He's doing a good. It's the same act.
Viewers have been on the lookout for him.
He does it every Sunday.
He just caught the Holy Ghost.
We've been on the lookout for him. We searched that entire house repeatedly. The FBI searched, the Detroit police searched. We've all searched. God, they brought dogs, everything. Everybody is searched. What? Okay, my son.
Have you checked yourself?
Oh God, my son, west of Waterford, says, is somebody blowing him? That's breathing. Oh, that breathing. Yeah, he does. He's got blowjob breathing going on. What an ass. You got to be such a fucking asshole to like stage a kidnapping and do something like this.
This is great, man. Holy shit.
It's kind of like that one thing that happened back in like 2012 or something with that kid in the hot air balloon or something.
Oh my God, dude! Yes,
That's right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
It's the same thing. This is the black version of that.
Missing
Like the black version of that is a white guy's like, oh, I'm gonna put my kid, turn my kid's a hot air balloon, release it. Like, oh, he's in the hot air balloon. But this guy's like, he hides him in the basement and says he can't find him.
I just love that Nancy Grace asked him point blank first thing, did you check your basement, sir? Like your kid goes missing and you're not going to check every fucking crevasse of your home and surrounding areas. This guy is a boob.
I checked it, and the Detroit police checked it.
They had the dogs down there.
My wife checked it.
Oh,
But
man.
Logan's right. Do you see the white interview version? Like that they were scamming? Like it's the same thing.
Scam babies, dude. I had neighbors growing up that got caught scamming the church that they went to. They got caught taking money. Like basically they went to the church and they claimed that they were destitute. They had no money for food, nothing like that. So the church, doing what rarely you'll ever see a church do, they cut this family a massive check. Like, I mean, a fucking enough money to where like this family would have been fine for like a year or something like that with no work. And basically what happened was the mom went out and bought this giant truck and got Get Her Done decals put all over it. And then also went out and bought this turquoise Corvette. And they just went spending all this money on all this useless shit. And what?
If it wasn't for what they bought, I could have stood behind it. But with what they bought.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's Myrtle Beach. What else are you going to buy with a lot of money? You know what I mean? But anyway, they ended up getting caught and they got in a lot of trouble, dude. They got in a ton of trouble for that one. The churches don't like to be made a fool of, especially not in the South.
Yeah, they're very serious.
Cell phone?
About children.
My cell phone is dead. I actually getting down here, I left it in the car charging because it had died on me. Okay.
And you're telling us that you searched your basement and your wife searched your basement.
That's right. It'd be awesome if he came on TV.
My wife searched my basement. The FBI searched my basement. The Detroit police searched my basement. We've all searched.
John Walsh searched my basement.
How big is this basement?
This is a big ass basement.
Yes.
Joe Biden searched
They
it.
had the dog searched. We've all searched the basement.
Brandon
the dog
searched
searched my basement. Oh God.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to give you a chance to call home.
That's hilarious. West of Waterford Podcast says those graphics suggest that he lost twins. I didn't notice that, but yeah.
The same thing. Yeah. I was like, why is it doing that?
Good eye, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck?
They had the dog search. We've all searched the basement. The dog searched my basement. Oh God!
Did they turn the lights on in the basement?
Well, you know what?
Because that could have.
Give you a chance to call home and see what you can find out.
That could have presented a problem.
WWJ News. Charlie, we're getting reports tonight that the boy is found alive in Daddy's basement.
Daddy.
Yeah, Nancy, we're just getting word right now, and we've just basically
She's
confirmed
a piece
that
of
the boy
shit, dude,
has been
too.
found alive in the
Look at his
father's
face. Look at his face.
basement. And we're just getting reports right now that is true. And literally, it just broke moment.
He's got his phone. He didn't go out to his car and get his phone. He's got his phone.
The father didn't know about that for the last 11 days. What if the child was
He lied.
afraid, if there was any other collusion amongst anyone, what the child ate, all of those are questions that we are trying to get reports on right now. We understand that we're sending news crews right now.
What are they doing with these
We're
graphics?
also understanding that the police chief is going to make yet another announcement that should be coming up a little bit later on. But yes, the boy has been
His
found
face, dude. That's a
alive
face. That's a
in his
crunchy
father's
ass
basement.
face.
Charlie.
Yeah. So that's that. You've got to be such a fucking asshole to get caught kidnapping your own kid on live television, especially by Nancy Grace. Don't give this bitch any more quarter than she deserves. Everything about her is infuriating. She's a fucking opportunist who profits off of the misery and just the horrific tragedies of others. She deserves nothing.
Yeah, Jim and Sam had a good interview with her like a couple years ago.
Yeah, when she walked
that's
off
right.
like
She
a
came
pussy.
in, like right before they were like, or right after they were eating like some fast food. Probably smelled like fucking.
Smelled like that
bacon
guy's
and
basement.
fries and fucking farts.
Kyle says
She,
he
like,
should.
walked out.
Kyle says he should be ecstatic with happy tears, but instead it's like he's defending himself. Yeah, exactly. And then West of Waterford, Jesus Christ, man. He says in quotations, "I searched my basement, but he wasn't smiling." Oh boy.
Yeah, I could turn on the lights. I could see enough. That's why I said, how big is this basement?
Mm-hmm. I'm sure that's exactly what you meant. This next video I have here is of the recent launch of Bezos's dick ship. Of course, we all know at this point that it was carrying William Shatner. Everybody was making a big to-do about that. You know, he's the oldest fat guy to ever go up into low Earth orbit or whatever the fuck. But I've got this video of his return, and look at how this snide Bezos just snuffs William Shatner as Shatner starts getting into a story or starts talking about how like it felt and stuff like that.
A big hug from her sister, Captain Kirk himself, the great William Shatner.
Shut up, Rod. Look at Yoko Ono
Our
over there
customer,
cheering.
Chris Bosshausen, the first full Australian citizen to go to space and back.
Who
And
cares?
Glenn DeVries.
Who's that bitch in the background with the tight pants and the short
Yeah,
shirt
that's what I'm
there?
saying, dog.
I don't know. I'm saying it, but I'm not saying it. She's obviously
Some
a
big
douche.
hugs from their loved ones.
She's somebody's wife. That's for sure. She's not a scientist. We can all agree on that.
She's into rocket sauce.
Oh yeah, watch. Bezos will just stop paying attention right in the middle of his story.
Not only is it different than what you thought, it happened so quickly. You know what the impression I had that I never expected to have is you're shooting up and this new sky.
Come here.
Look at that.
I want one.
He's like, give me a champagne bottle. Right in the middle of Shatner explaining how it felt to go up into goddamn space.
He's Lex Luthor, man.
Yeah, 100%. That's Lex Luthor, without a doubt.
Also, he asks William Shatner if he wants some of the champagne, and I'm pretty sure William Shatner's a recovering alcoholic.
Yeah, I think he also had cancer, didn't he?
Yeah, and look, they're firing champagne all over Shatner. Shatner's clearly not cool with it.
Smiles all around. William
But then
Shatner
this
taking in
dirty
the
hot
moment
bitch comes up
clearly.
and hugs him, so I'm sure that's consolation enough.
There's Audrey Powers.
But yeah, Bezos just being a pompous dick as usual.
You do a side by side. We've talked about this before. Go back to like 2000, 2001 and look at him.
Oh yeah.
This guy is on TRT HGH,
adrenochrome,
baby cells, whatever you can get on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
PCP.
And yeah, he's
2CB, 2CI.
Yeah, he looks
DLM.
And he's got some kryptonite, I bet.
Shut up, Robert.
Well, if I go crazy.
I know. I can't stand Bezos. He's such a cunt.
He is a total cunt.
It's just like, and also to that point, Adam, what's his name there? Musk. When you look at Elon Musk and how he looked with that fucking horrendous hairline and how he looks now.
Great hair plugs.
Yeah.
He got like the best hair plugs you could ever have.
He went to the same guy Kumio went to.
Yeah.
They're not plugs.
Like, didn't he like name a kid like El Dasha or something?
Like X
something crazy.
75 SR 71.
Yeah.
Whatever.
AC30.
West of Waterford said, "This is actually fucking sad. Way to ruin an old codger's day." Yeah, I know, right? You spent all this money sending this fat guy up to space, which God bless. You know, William Shatner, whatever. I don't want to say anything bad about
Dog,
the
he's
guy.
like 90 years old. William
Right.
Shatner.
You send him up to space. You give him this great experience. You know, he's in the twilight of his life or whatever the fuck, and then you come down and just straight up ignore him. You ignore his. I mean, to Bezos's credit, I will say, an elderly person saying anything about anything is almost impossible to fucking listen to, because they speak at the same pace that they drive at, and it's almost impossible to stay engaged, you know, unless you're listening to like one of these old World War II guys give you, which you can't really do that anymore. I think they're all on the ground at this point, but you know, hearing stories of war and things like that can be engaging. But you know, we all saw the video, we all saw the ship. It went up, then it came back down. That's how space works. So
They didn't even go to space. I don't even talk about this.
well, that's
They
what
didn't
I'm
go to
saying.
space.
It's like, okay, how many times are we gonna fucking laud these people for doing something over and over and over again? We get
We went to the moon already.
Let's
Shut
go to
up. We went
fucking
the moon.
Mars. I'll get pumped
We
when we
went
go
to
to
the moon.
Mars and shit like that. I'll get pumped when we start developing things like warp drive. I'll get pumped if we make first contact. You know, things that actually actually matter.
No. Rich guy. Hey, the richest guy in the world. How about take those assholes to the moon and land them on the moon?
Yeah,
Didn't we go to the
and
moon
leave them there
in the late 1960s?
Yes, we did.
And you're celebrating. You went up to space for 12 minutes.
Didn't JFK lose his hat around that time? Wasn't there something about a hat getting lost in Dealey Plaza around that time?
Around that time.
Like that, Logan?
I'm just saying. Like, this is we gotta just fawn over these ultra billionaires, the richest people in the world. They sent someone to space for 12 minutes.
Was it even that long?
1 minute of which was in space. Clap, clap, clap.
Right, and then we come back down and fire champagne all over the place, and our fucking fake-titted wives hug everyone.
They own the media.
Whoa, what do you mean by they?
Yeah, I mean that's why it's constantly being thrown in our face.
Yeah,
I wish that chick would throw something in my face. I don't have a long bad news segment today. I've got one article I want to bring up because I do want to start getting into Podtober, but let's do bad news real quick.
Well, I've got some good news and some bad news.
Okay, give me the bad news.
Adam's still breathing.
What's the bad news?
He's alive.
They're dead.
This whole thing fucking sucks. I mean, this is the biggest pile of shit.
All right. So we have a man sentenced to death in China for setting his ex-wife on fire during a live stream. Now, let me go ahead and read this for you guys. This is Hong Kong CNN. A Chinese man who set his ex-wife on fire as she live streamed to her online followers was sentenced to death on
Pause this for a
Thursday.
second. You're reading, please.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What did it say? What did it say in the header?
Man sentenced to death in China for setting his ex-wife on fire during a live stream.
Oh, okay.
Why?
All right.
Why? What? No, go into it. Tell me why you fucking made me stop.
I thought CNN, the headline was posing it as his wife. Like, and then when you were reading it said ex-wife, I was like, oh, I thought I only saw.
No. See, that could have all been handled. I could still be reading this article had you just paid attention and not interrupted me. Go fuck yourself.
3-hour show.
A Chinese man who set his ex-wife on fire as she live streamed to her online followers was sentenced to death on Thursday, concluding a murder case that received nationwide notoriety. The victim, 30-year-old Lamo, that's it? She's her first name? She was a farmer and live streamer in Tibetan Autonomous Prefecture in southwestern Sichuan province. She was streaming a video of herself last September when a man burst in, poured gasoline on her, and set her on fire. She died 2 weeks later. Jesus Christ. Her ex-husband, Teng Lu, was arrested soon after. On Thursday in court, he was found guilty of homicide, sentenced to death, in order to pay compensation, according to a state-run broadcaster. The court found his crime was extremely cruel and deserves severe punishment. It looks like this gentleman had a history of physical abuse towards this woman, reportedly beating her many times before they divorced in June 2020. Are they going to get into what she did? All these articles you see, it's always like, all right, bad guy, man is bad man hurt this woman. And I'm not saying you should go setting people on fire and beating them and stuff like that. But are we going to sit here and not give any details as to whether or not this bitch was like, doing something? Maybe she cheated on him. Maybe she...
I mean, even if
I don't want to blame the victim. Of course not. I don't want to blame the victim. But I mean, you don't just...
You're supposed to believe women.
You don't just set people on fire for no reason. You know what I mean? Crimes of passion don't happen for no reason. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to say one thing or the other here, but...
Robbie or Tawana Brawley.
What?
Bill Clinton.
Juanita Broderick.
Oh, who's Tawana Brawley?
Fucking dude, west of Waterford. Okay. West of Waterford again over here. Fucking line of the day. He says she was the hottest woman we knew. Motherfucker. Kyle says it's CNN though, Rick. What do you expect? Yeah, good point. Let's see here. I'm just trying to see if there's any details as to like whether or not there was some like ongoing issue between the two. It just seems like, I mean, they're painting it as this guy was just a wife beater pretty much. And I guess this happened right after he repeatedly sought her out and asked her to remarry, but she kept turning him away, and that's what led to the murder.
Reasonable.
And I guess this is raising a larger concern surrounding problems of women or violence against women in China. On Chinese social media, there was a heated debate over how the country's legal system often fails to protect victims while easily pardoning perpetrators of abuse. Yeah, that's not surprising over there at all. They have labor camps. They have like fucking actual concentration camps and shit like that.
So does America.
Well, yeah, Robbie, I'm not saying that we're any better, but we're a little bit better. I'm going to say we're a little bit better.
Better at
by comparison, it's better.
Yeah, would you rather live here or China, Robbie, if given a choice?
Robbie would be shitting in a hole.
They'd think Robbie was a wizard.
Treat me like royalty there.
No, they would not.
No.
Big American penis. Come on.
They'd be afraid of you and your wizardly ways.
No. I'm an asset.
You're an ass. Fucking irrelevant shit dick going over to China. You just get ignored over there. People just be trying to climb you to take pictures on top of you.
There's a lot of people.
Dog, your gout would be on fire. You can't live on a Chinese diet.
Just having sodium headaches all the time like I did this week.
You can't have a Chinese diet. Be gouted out, dude.
Just be shitting everywhere.
That's Americanized Chinese food.
All right, moving on.
Oh, okay.
Moving right along. This next video I have here was, this was pretty funny. This is a video titled 50 Female Privileges. This was made in response to a video about, the guy explains it, whatever. Let's just watch the video, fuck.
I'd like to start this video by thanking Faggot McGee for sending me this awesome Star Trek themed channel art. I'm assuming he didn't do this for me just because I'm a white cis male. Anyway, Lacey Green recently uploaded a video titled Trans Men Explain Male Privilege, and it inspired me to make a response. Here are 50 female privileges.
He goes quick.
Privilege is being able to steal a man's sperm and then sue him for child support. Privilege is being able to rape a man or an underage boy and then sue him for child support. Privilege is having the right to abort a fetus or give a child up for adoption in complete disregard for the wishes of the father. Privilege is being able to declare a man to be the father of your child without any proof and having it be his legal responsibility to prove that he isn't the father. Privilege is being able to sue a sperm donor for child support. Privilege is having the power to opt out of parenthood. Privilege is actually having reproductive rights. Privilege is having people assume you're an innocent victim in cases of domestic
good
violence,
example
even though half of all
of this. Remember, Sam Kinison knocked up some chick, and another comedian signed the birth certificate.
Yeah.
And they found out later that the DNA was Sam Kinison's kid. And it didn't matter to the state of California. He said no. They said no. You still have to pay child support. You signed the birth certificate, so
yeah,
thinking it was your kid, and then because you lied.
Yeah.
And then he died in a car accident.
Yes, that's also a fact.
Yeah, Sam Kinison was I didn't like him as a comic, but whatever.
I was about to say, did you guys just do fucking terrible Sam Kinison impressions?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that was?
Privilege is having people assume you're an innocent victim in cases of domestic violence, even though half of all domestic violence is reciprocated, and women account for 70% of non-reciprocated domestic violence perpetrators. Privilege is having access to abuse shelters even when you yourself are an abuser and your victim is denied access because of his gender. Privilege is not having people assume you did something to deserve it if you are a victim of domestic violence.
Okay, all right. What this video
I told you, it's fucking hilarious.
All right, this video.
It's hilarious. I mean, obviously we're not showing this video because we fucking are backing this guy. It's just hilarious that this exists.
Victim of domestic violence. Privilege is not being laughed at if you are a victim of domestic violence. Privilege is not being laughed at if you are a victim of rape. Privilege is being 1/3 as likely to be a victim of homicide. Privilege is being 1/4 as likely to end up homeless. Privilege is being 1/4 as likely to be a victim of suicide. Privilege is being 1/5 as likely to be a victim of a hate crime if you are homosexual.
Adam.
Privilege is being 1/11 as likely to die doing your job. Privilege is having the health issues that affect you get disproportionately more public funding.
This is almost like the bell curve, but for gender. No? Okay, we'll just keep going.
Just having it be illegal.
This is
for your
just some real incel shit. Like,
yeah, exactly. This is a guy who's not fucking.
It's just incel shit.
You know what's crazy though is like I barely have time to pay attention to putting this show together. I couldn't imagine watching a video and getting upset enough to piece together and edit a video like this. Like there's no way I would have the work ethic to do this.
If you're an incel, you got time, dude.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, fair enough.
Genitals to be mutilated when you're a baby. Privilege is paying less.
Adam, you're a big genital mutilation guy, right?
Privilege is paying less for car insurance. Privilege is not being forced to sign an agreement saying you will go to war and get maimed or killed if the government tells you to, just so you can get a driver's license.
Wait, yeah, I was gonna say,
don't women have to do it now?
This video came out in 2016, and I'm pretty sure. Intern Logan, can you Google whether or not women have to register with the Selective Service?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
License or to qualify for federal aid. Privilege is not being considered disposable or being expected to be willing to sacrifice yourself for the sake of somebody else.
Hold on, this is
two guys
this is a
holding
good
on
point.
to each other, freezing.
This one right here is actually a good point. Like I like this one being brought up.
Oh, okay.
Privilege is not being considered disposable or being expected to be willing to sacrifice yourself for the sake of somebody else.
But it is in
because
the
of their
works of
gender.
trying to get it put into law.
Oh, okay. Thank you. But yeah, I like that he brought this up because in this movie, even as a kid, I was like, why the fuck does the hot one have to die? Get that fat bitch off that door, use her as a flotation device,
These two
and
dudes,
save this
they're
man.
holding hands, freezing the water.
Yeah, save this man.
Both guys, you're both guys. Hop out of that or both tread water.
Not to mention that in the movie, isn't he cheating on his family with this woman on the Titanic? Like, he has responsibilities. He's got kids and shit. Fucking
No,
dump.
he doesn't. Oh,
Yes, he does. In the movie, he's got a fucking wife and kids, I'm pretty sure.
No, he doesn't. No, he's single. He's a gambler. He's running fast and loose.
But
she's
still.
married to Billy Zane.
Oh, that's
Billy
right.
Zane,
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah, so fuck her twice then. Get that fat bitch off that door and float to freedom.
Like,
she would have
bitch,
died
those tits will
anyways.
float. Yeah.
Sick of it.
Because she was already wet. She was already
exactly.
and now she's got the air windshield.
It's worse.
Yeah.
You're 100% right. She would have been dead. She would have froze to death. Yeah.
Back then, medicine wasn't shit.
Privilege is having it be socially unacceptable for your partner to hit you even if you hit him. Privilege is not being banned from certain places.
This guy really wants to be able to hit women.
Well, yeah. Who hasn't been hit by a chick?
Me.
Oh, I definitely have been hit by a chick.
Not me. I'm too fast. I'm too good, man. I'll just do some like Ip Man shit. I know Wing Chun and stuff like that. I'll just be like tat 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 and not have to hit him back. I'm like Steven Seagal using momentum against him and shit.
No, I don't believe that person.
You've been hit in the face?
No, I've never been hit. I've never been hit in the face by a woman.
No.
I've never been hit by a woman, to be honest.
No,
Eric always knocks them out before they can strike.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just shoot them before they get close to me. The castle laws. I'm always in a state where I'm allowed to shoot an aggressor, and that's why I've never been hit. Oh, shit. West of Waterford says, I believe she was a frigid bitch. She wasn't that frigid in Titanic. She's out there laying out naked in a Model T, getting, beefed up by DiCaprio and also getting drawn naked.
What if he was painting her? He was like, oh, I'll he hated her so much. He's like, oh, I'll tread water out here. I'll paint you. Take off your clothes. He's trying to paint while he's sinking in the water and freezing to death.
It'd been awesome if he would have drawn her with a massive bush. West of Waterford says, have you ever been kicked in the nads by a girl? It's the absolute worst. Absolutely. I have sisters, dude. I've told this story before, man. When I was a kid, my youngest sister used to like to hide in various places around the house, and she would catch me slipping and shit like that and would just nail me in the balls, dude. Like the last time that was really bad, she was hiding in the shower behind the shower curtain, and as I was pissing, she open hand whacked me. Like she even put her hand through the piss stream to full on slap me in the balls, and I just collapsed. I pissed all over myself. I almost threw up. And
you should just turn, dude, and just beat on her.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. I couldn't stand. I couldn't remember my fucking name, let alone any. I couldn't think of revenge in that moment, man. I just had to hit the ground. I had to let it be.
How funny it would be if you were still peed, like and like you still have to pee, and like, the pee's squirted up and it just hit in your face, like.
Well, no, I pissed all over myself. I hit the ground and was still pissing. So I mean, I didn't get piss in my face, but I did piss all over myself.
It'd be funny.
Anybody remember Johnny Dangerously, that movie?
No. Was that
old movie with young Michael Keaton and Joe Piscopo?
No.
Joe Piscopo.
Fucking Joe Piscopo. He's in a commercial. I just saw him in a commercial the other day.
Jersey. Hey.
Club Piscopo, dude.
That's right.
What were you gonna say, Rabbi?
I don't know. It just reminded me, like, his character would like get kicked in the balls. He's like, and he would always be like, "You shouldn't kick me in the balls. My sister kicked me in the balls once." And so,
West of Waterford says that he had a friend that lost a testy to that, and now he's got an okay singing voice. I had a friend growing up that had one nut. It was actually the same. He was from the same family that got caught defrauding the church. And I remember his little brother, they were fighting on the bus.
Took it as payment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was an act of God.
Yeah, they're really into that type of shit. Fire and brimstone. But no, they were arguing on the bus one time. We were like kids. We were probably in like, I don't even think we were in middle school yet. But his little brother out of nowhere jumps up on the bus seat and goes, "Oh yeah, well you have one testicle." And he immediately just starts flipping out, freaking out and shit like that. And he runs off the bus and yells to his mom. His mom used to wait at the bus stop for him, and tells his mom that his little brother told the bus that he's got one testicle, and she starts whipping his ass in front of everybody, dude. Starts fucking him up in front of the whole bus. But yeah, you don't tell people when, someone's got one testicle, especially not when you're a kid.
It doesn't matter sometimes, dude. When I went to school, 8th grade, this kid, who was a skater, he got a testicular torsion.
He was a skater
in one of his
boy?
Testicles.
Did you say
Got one of his
see you later, boy?
testicles removed. And like everyone knew. So he was known, like you think about it now, like, oh man, that would have sucked. you're in 8th grade and everyone already knows you have like just one testicle.
Yeah, that's rough.
Like,
well, I don't know. I mean, somebody fucked Flavor Flav. You know what I mean? I don't think it really matters. If you have a halfway decent personality, like, you're fine. That's the biggest thing. Like, when you're a guy, you really don't have to have much going for you other than, like, you know, handle your responsibilities, be able to make people laugh, and just don't be a turd about shit, and you'll probably get laid. It's not like it's some grand secret behind it. Nothing
I think
crazy.
looks help a little bit.
I'm sure they help a little bit if you got like nothing else going for you. But if you have money, you've got money and you can like,
everybody gets laid. It's all just depends on the will. You can get laid
and what you're willing to
not
settle
looking
for
good by someone else who does not look good either.
Right.
Like, everybody's getting laid.
No one wants that.
I've seen.
There's always someone worse.
Yeah, I was driving down the boulevard today and I saw a bunch of horrendous couples holding hands. I was like, that's good. That's good. I like to see people walking around. I love to see an ugly couple because to me, that's like good. At least that guy's not going to go shoot up a fucking KFC or something crazy like that. He's not going to go shoot up a school or a mall or whatever.
Well, they might do it together.
Well, yeah, Rick.
That's
romantic.
That's different.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's a crime of
In
passion.
South Carolina, I feel like you guys probably see that a lot more.
What?
Than here.
Well, yeah, you only live around like 12 people. So.
No,
what are you talking about?
I'm not going to get into it, but it's
and
way.
half of them are your cult.
It's way better.
Shut
Rick,
up, Adam.
You can validate.
Adam's such an elitist.
You know that for a fact it's way better out here as far as that goes. Hot chicks? You kidding me?
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's better. It's just
oh my god.
There's
Shut
more
the
people
fuck
there.
Up, dude.
There's just more people there, just through sheer probability.
That's not true.
Because I wouldn't say there's more hot chicks there because there's plenty of them here. There's plenty hot chicks everywhere. I mean, it's you go to but when you start dealing with things like population, yeah, of course, there's way more people in general in that state. So there's just through sheer
There's
statistics.
not way more people in this state.
Yes, there are.
There isn't. There is?
No.
In Colorado compared to
Logan, get on it right now. Google total population of Colorado, total population of South Carolina.
Speak.
They will be the same.
Fucking drunk. Did you take your edibles today?
No,
Of course not. I can always tell when you haven't had edibles, man. You get all weird and combative and elitist about your fucking hot chicks that you're never gonna bang around your. And also, what are you saying? You live out in the middle of fucking nowhere in the mountain, dude. I've seen the people that live around your house, dude. I'd rather fuck you.
Colorado's 5.7, Carolina's 5.1 million.
Boom.
All right, that's still more people, you ass cunt.
Ass cunt.
Yeah.
Wait. It's like barely.
No, but when you consider like the population of the cities and stuff like that, like you're talking about a state that like Colorado's kind of like South Carolina where there are very highly populated areas and then the rest is just sprawled out nothing country towns and shit like that. So I guess, all right,
South Carolina is a lot smaller in geography compared to Colorado.
True. That's true.
So it's more densely populated. It's like seems like there's way more people where you have like, you know, lots of empty space in Colorado, like right around.
I might go as far as to say we have the same amount of hot
We got Robbie
chicks.
DeGrasse Tyson over here.
Oh boy.
There are no such thing as aliens, okay?
I think I've had enough of this video.
UFOs are imaginary.
My friendship to you people it's imaginary.
I need a drink. I'll be back.
That's enough.
Alcoholic Robbie.
That's right. Robbie's always been an alcoholic for as long as I've known him. He's also a rabid PCP user. The entire time I was staying with him this past week, man, he was like, yo, let's skip dinner and just smoke PCP. I was like, no. And then I went to the refrigerator. It's just nothing but like Lunchables stacked on top of each other. They're all expired.
And then you look back and you're like, I guess it's PCP.
Exactly. Oh boy, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine the reports for my job, like what they would look like if I was just doing nothing but smoking PCP the entire time. And then a wizard man with wings jumped on the hood of my car and started pissing rainbow Skittles all over the hood of my car. Boy, all right, let's.
What if it was like, oh I got Delta 10s. These are Delta 10s. Smoke this shit. You get wet.
I got some of those.
10.
All right, let's get into Podtober.
Delta 10. Look it up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's...
Mm-hmm. Wait, where's the fucking Podtober button? I can't find it. Oh, wait, that's not it. That's not it either. Where did I put the Podtober button? I know it's around here somewhere. No, that's not it.
Oh.
Hold on, guys. I gotta find the Podtober button.
I've come too far.
I know it's around here somewhere, because I, Just give me a second. That's not it. Oh, boy. I'm getting really good at this podcasting thing. Oh, wait, here it is.
It's Podtober, a celebration of all things shitty in podcasting.
That's very nice.
Fantastic failures of pontificating proportions.
That's so bad.
Wow. An interactive exploration of what makes podcasting rancid.
Podtober.
Holes, bits, and stunt boys.
This isn't funny.
It's time for
Podtober. All right, well, that was laborious. Today we have for you the Feminist Survival Project 2020.
The Wachowski brothers.
Yeah. But anyway, look at these two fucking Muldoons. This is a podcast for feminists who feel overwhelmed and exhausted by everything we need to get done in 2020 and still worry that we're not doing enough. My God.
They don't do anything to start with.
Well, they ate a lot, that's for sure. And they got horrible or they got horrible suits or whatever the fuck they're wearing. Like, why? They have the same last name, so I don't know if they're related or they're married, but like, if so, why do you have to look the same? Why do you have to like...
Logan, I just said a Wachowski joke. Shut up.
Well, Logan said it better. It was funny when Logan said it.
Oh, okay.
Remember when you did that Jar Jar Binks joke?
No.
Oh, shit. West of Waterford says the Arizona chicks go from beautiful to leathery monsters very quickly. The more reptilian, the more desperate they get, and the boys ain't biting. Yeah, it's hot down there. It's hot. You guys got some sun.
There's way too much cocaine going on in Arizona.
How would you know?
It's ridiculous.
I think there's more meth going on in Arizona. I've seen Breaking
it's
Bad.
probably a mixed bag, I would assume.
Mixed bag, missing a nut.
Oh, all in one bag.
Anyway, let's get into this. So like all good podcasts, before they get into episode 1, they did an introduction just to kind of let you know what the podcast is going to be like and who it's for and all that bullshit. So here you go. And look at their logo. Of course. Why do you give yourself that fucking logo? It's just...
That looks like your hair. The purple one.
No, they both look like Rick's hair.
I've never had a bob haircut, nor have I ever had some weird fucking Christy Brinkley haircut. No.
Take that hat off. Take that hat off.
I'm not wearing a hat.
Oh, I can't tell.
Way to go, dummy.
Well, make it bob. If you bring that hair down, it'll bob.
It won't. It won't. I've got Ralph Cifaretto hair. It's already been established. Here, let's listen to this intro to the Feminist Survival Podcast, whatever the fuck it is. You already know it's going to be good.
Hey everybody, this is Emily Nagoski
and Amelia Nagoski,
and this is the Feminist Survival Project.
It is the Wachowski brothers.
Oh, 2020.
We got it.
It promises to be a special kind of terrible. So this podcast is here to provide a special kind of help for surviving. Specifically, it is for feminists who are trying to be part of the solution, but feel overwhelmed and exhausted by everything they have to do, and yet still worry that they're not doing enough.
You're not.
It won't just be tea and sympathy, though. There will be plenty of
Short of
that.
putting a fucking gun in your mouth and doing the right thing, you're not doing enough.
What?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Adam.
Who has this amount of time?
These bitches. They got all that Matrix money, dude. They can do whatever they want.
Like, who has this amount of time to like really contemplate feminism? Like, and like I come out as a TERF, right? Wouldn't I be a TERF?
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, you do.
Like I'd be like an actual. I'd be an actual feminist, like.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know if you would.
Actual women.
I don't know if you would.
Yeah.
I've never heard you support actual women.
Hell yeah. Yeah, for sure.
West of Waterford said this podcast should be called the Cunt Whisperers. You're not wrong.
Yeah,
It'll be concrete, specific, usually science.
You think those glasses are
apply
actual
today,
prescription?
right now
Yeah.
to reduce your stress,
No.
ease your exhaustion, and make life a little less overwhelming, even in the midst of that special kind of terrible. The
Quit
podcast very
saying
deliberately won't be like the usual media
These are rich
conversations
kids, by the way.
about
You can tell.
wellness. It will
They're
not,
rich
for
kids.
example, be a list of things
Privilege.
you should be
Totally.
doing or a review of new stuff you could be doing. Insert oil pulling here. It definitely
This is
won't be
white
about anything you
women,
could be
like,
buying to feel better. We're not going to
cringe
set new
women.
aspirational ideals for you to feel frustrated about. It also won't be a critique of that kind of conversation. It will actively avoid.
So the show's
being a
about
bitch
nothing.
session. Nothing wrong with a bitch session. The wellness
It's about
space, as our literary agent Lynn.
Women who have nothing to worry about.
Nothing to add, nothing to contribute whatsoever. This is a podcast about two fucking bitches that have nothing to contribute to the zeitgeist, nothing to add to the discussion going on in America today. Their voices too. Like, how can you get in a room with somebody else? Like, I know I could never do this with anyone, let alone the assholes I do this show with. But to go on, get on a microphone, and be like, and yeah, so that we can do this and this and just like this fake emoting that's going on in this room. Like, it's basically just ego stroking. They're both just fucking like, we're part of the solution, not the problem. You fucking non-contributing cunts.
The truth is, they are the problem.
Yeah,
you know, like
exactly.
Like these white women are the problem, dude. Kind of whisper. I don't know. My girlfriend's.
We're stone cold feminists here, and we're calling you out.
Yeah, you gotta turn your head too a little bit.
Yeah, Adam's always looking over his shoulder. He doesn't want to be one of those victims of domestic violence that we were talking about earlier.
They're the problem, dude. They're causing all this stuff.
Will actively avoid being a bitch session. Nothing wrong with a bitch session. The
Ugh.
wellness space, as our literary agent Lindsay might call it, is
Literary
full
agent.
of racism, and economic inequality, and pseudoscience, and misogyny, and venting rage about.
Do you hear that bitch in the background every time she mentions one of these talking points? She's like, ooh, oh. Wish that was a fucking miscarriage.
Was that
about
Tig
how fucked
Notaro
up
in the
all that
background?
is part of the feminist
Yeah, she was
survival
losing a
kit.
tit.
It's just not all we're going to do here. There's plenty of that elsewhere. What you'll get here instead is what you get if you sat between us at a bar and started telling us how exhausted you are, how overwhelmed, how hopeless,
Wait
how
a minute.
helpless,
Whoa,
how
whoa,
angry,
whoa,
how
hold on, I
wanna hear
afraid,
this.
and did I mention exhausted?
They're picking up people at
We'd
the
have
bar.
a beer or a cup of coffee and order artichoke dip. We
No,
talk
that's
about
not
what
what I'm talking
wellness
about.
really is. So that's what we'll do each week on the podcast, about once a week, until the election.
Cool.
On
Pause the
November
fucking thing. We got it.
What?
Are these Canadian women?
I don't know, Adam. I don't fucking know. That's what you have to ask. That's what you have to ask after hearing that Drek. You're gonna ask that. You are a fucking one-note chump. You know that?
No,
it's always oh Canada, oh the UK, oh white women. Every fucking week, dude. And out of all the bullshit that they just spilled out into
All
your
the
fucking
enemies.
ears, you're gonna do that. Oh, I bet they're Canadian. Oh shit, another Canada joke after 113 episodes.
But they said burr. They're like, we're going to be over there about the burr.
The bar? They could be the Midwest. Yeah.
Same thing.
Their last name suggests that they're probably from the Midwest.
I've come too far.
God damn it. Adam, you really do just know how to take the fucking air right out of those sails, dude.
No, we're sailing, dude. Sailing away.
Ugh.
3rd, 2020.
Christopher
We will
Cross.
talk
I'd rather listen to these
passionately,
vapid bitches than you.
but specifically about how to feel better while still participating in the solution.
The final solution.
Which brings us to the question, why is it called the Feminist
Smashmouth.
Survival Project? It's partly because the content is here to help you, the exhausted feminist who's trying to be part of the solution, survive.
Okay, we should.
Oh my God!
Jesus
what if he
Christ.
shows up
The
on that
exhausted.
podcast? What if the singer of Smashmouth shows up on this podcast?
As an exhausted feminist?
Yeah.
Maybe he was just, dude, they could have been just exhausted. as a feminist on stage. That's what happened. He's, I'm exhausted feminist.
I've been defending women's rights for so long. I just can't stand to get through the rest of this show.
I mean, he can suck his own dick.
That's true. Well, he said if he could, he'd never leave his house.
Yeah, I don't think he can suck his own dick.
Yeah, I saw that stomach. He's not sucking his own dick anytime soon. I was actually masturbating in the bathroom the other day, and I was looking down, and I was kind of like, I mean, with some practice, I might be able to reach it. I'm not saying that I'm going to try, because I definitely don't have the time to get into that kind of shape, but I'm saying that, like, with some time, if I did try, and if I did stretch enough, I could probably get my lips around the tip. And I'm not doing that to brag. I'm just saying,
Adam had bad backs.
What?
The story makes me think you tried.
Bobby's right. Yeah, dude, I can't do those stretch moves.
No, I'm not doing that. But also, Logan, fuck you too, bud.
Fundamental reason for the title. In our book, we talk about
how of course they have a fucking book.
Are resources that each person carries within
what
themselves.
What else would they have?
That help them to thrive.
I bet it's like one of those. You know how some people will be like, yeah, I just put out a book, and you look at it and it's just like a fucking pamphlet. It's like 100 pages or something like that. It's nothing. I bet that's what this is. But actually, no. Actually, I take that back. Knowing these self-absorbed cunts, it's probably like 450 pages of men are bad. We're not doing enough. We're exhausted because we're trying so hard. We're saving the world. You're all doing nothing. We're the good guys. You're the bad guys. Now let's go scissor till we start a brush fire in our mattress. West of Waterford asks in the chat, is sucking your own hog gay or masturbation? It's not gay. It's not gay at all. It's your own shit.
It might be a little bit.
If you're jacking off, then by that law alone, jacking off is gay, and it's not. You're releasing the poison.
That's fair. It's a good point. That's a fair point. Yeah, it's right. If you can master it, okay, fine. You can. If that's your method of masturbation.
If you come in your own mouth and you swallow it, that's a little gay.
Well, that's probably what you don't do. Yeah,
unless you're.
Well, no, that's supposed to make things better. Like we've seen multiple guys, experts on the internet.
We have. There is some.
They're like stronger now. It's like
supposedly it's like the mana of life if you drink your own semen or the semen of another gentleman. As long as you're getting semen into your body somehow, apparently you're like getting all the necessary nutrients you need to survive.
I don't think so.
These people that create these podcasts and shit like that, they really are doing real women a disservice. It's just they really are just holding women back.
Even the special kind of terrible.
This is only 3 minutes of this intro.
Science says by engaging with something larger than yourself. This
like
something larger, as we call it, with capital letters, capital S, capital L, can be almost anything. There's no right or wrong, and I'm sure we'll have an episode about how to figure out what you're something larger.
These are people
if you
on.
don't know. But for now, just know that you're something larger.
Like SSRIs, like heavily.
I knew you were again predictable shit dick.
With your something larger helps you keep emotionally nourished.
What's going on?
The way leafy
greens obviously, Adam. These are two women who are self-absorbed and just trying to keep the pistol out of their mouths. That's how you get shit like
this. They have tons of money. They don't need to worry about that.
You don't know that they have a lot of money.
Twice a week. They get their whatever lithium or whatever weird pill, like psychotropic.
There's Cymbalta or whatever. Is Cymbalta one of those?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I can never tell anymore because there's just so many goddamn commercials that feature pills.
Yeah, they're like, okay, I got my pills. Yeah, I'm gonna be smart right now. Let me put on my glasses.
Yeah, let me put on my fucking horrendous. I got roped
Dr.
once.
Steve. Let me put my glasses.
Yeah. These are the types of bitches who like. Let me go back to let's get a good picture here. I'm guessing they're related. They have that same slack face.
Those are guys.
They look like
those
corn.
are guys.
Okay, we heard you. God damn. Fucking repeat yourself a million times, dude.
Prove to me they're not.
Anyway, they just look like these fucking like wildebeest Midwest corn-fed hoes like that. These are the same types of people who are like, hands off my body, or like these types of bitches who just have zero chance of ever being sexually aggressed in their lives, and they want to take up this cause. Like, we gotta fight for women and in the fucking all the horrible things that they're having happen to them and stuff like that. And meanwhile, you look at the opposite side of the coin. These fine ass bitches who are like just they're dumb as a stump, most of them, but they have the wherewithal to get on things like OnlyFans and like make a fortune out of their bodies and stuff like that. I bet you dollars to donuts, these two Muldoons, if they had that build, they would do the same exact thing. But they're like, oh, we can't grift with our bodies, so we're gonna grift by making this horrific podcast for other plain slack-jawed, slovenly looking women, and we'll do it that way.
No,
that's
I'm
what I
saying.
see.
The biggest thing is those glasses. They
oh my God.
are not prescription. That's the only thing. Like if they didn't have those glasses on, they'd even look way more disgusting. So
they're
those are
squinting with the glasses on.
Yeah, they're
It's making their vision
non-prescription.
worse.
They're non-prescription. That breaks up the hideousness of, I
don't think it does.
The tuna people.
I don't think it does. It doesn't break up anything. It
does.
No, it doesn't.
If they didn't have their glasses on, they would look 10 times uglier.
Anyway, I think I made a good point back there. Adam's just
You
talking
did,
out of his
but go ahead.
again. Papsmear in the chat says 100% unfuckable. I agree, good sir, and also good to see you.
Oh, hot take.
My something larger is teaching women to
It's your
live
body?
with confidence and joy in their bodies.
Mm.
So I'm making the
Penis.
podcast as a way to engage with my something larger. By making a
Logan.
podcast that helps feminists survive 2020, I'm doing something that will help me survive the special kind of terrible that will be 2020.
Oh my God, they have to
And
keep
the same
saying
goes for
special
me.
kind of
This is
terrible.
Amelia. I'm a conductor, which is my something larger, engaging with my choir, and through the music with the composer, and
these
through
are
performing with
dudes.
the audience. But as I've discovered, as we've been talking about
These
our
are
book
dudes.
all around the
These are
country,
guys.
is that
Say it again, Adam. We haven't heard
is
you
the same
the
for
last
me whether I'm
9,000
on a
times.
podium conducting a choir or talking with other women about their experiences, confronting obstacles in large-scale social forces, not just the things that people tell us we should be doing. Oh, you should get more sleep. Well, yes, I know I
Large-scale
should get more sleep,
social
but
forces.
how? That conversation feels like making music to me. It feels
Oh.
like opening up a new door to a new world that shows all of us that we're not alone and we're not
This
broken.
is the most inane dog
So when we
shit.
say, thanks for listening.
one of these
at the
chicks
end of each
Jimmy Kimmel?
episode, we really,
Is that
we
one of
really
those
do.
guys,
Because
Jimmy
when you
Kimmel?
listen, you're helping us
It's Jimmy
connect with our
Kimmel's
something
daughters.
larger, which nourishes us, which helps us survive.
Oh, look at that. Nice speech impediment there. She couldn't even say nourish. Also, Logan, can you do me a quick solid? Can you see, I'm curious as to what the average choir conductor makes every year. I want to know what that annual salary is.
With our something larger, which nourishes us,
Nourishes
which helps
us.
us survive the special kind of terrible.
Oh, she had to say it again. She's really trying
If
to
you
make
hear
that
something
happen. Special kind of terrible is her brother man or her mother hucka. That's what it sounds like. She's trying to get this fucking like tagline off the ground and they haven't even hit episode 1 yet.
Value, please share it with
That's
someone
cut.
so that more and more feminists can feel cared for and supported to survive 2020.
Oh, go hang
So
yourself.
that's us. I'm Emily
If you can
Nagoski.
find a rope
I'm
that'll
Amelia
hold you.
Nagoski, and this is the Feminist Survival Project. You can
$27,000
follow
to
us on Instagram. Or
$58,000 a year.
Yeah, so they're not rich, Adam. These
What?
bitches are just grifting. They're
What
not
do you
making.
mean they're not rich? Their parents are rich and they give them the money. What do you mean?
You don't know that. You
they're
can't
rich?
make that assumption.
I can totally make that assumption.
Then why don't you do that? Look up Emily and Amelia.
No, you're right. They're
Nagoski.
broke and they're doing
Oh,
gay
okay,
shit
here we go.
like
Adam
this.
knows he's getting called on, so he's got to
Robbie,
start interrupting.
Robbie, come on. You
He's
know
gonna start
these are-
talking
these are
over
rich
everyone now because he doesn't want to do the work.
They're married to Big Tech. That's what it is. They got
They're
some
rich
Big Tech
kids.
guys they're
They're
married
rich
to.
kids. They're rich kids. What, their parents are probably rich. They're giving them money. They feel guilty, you know. Oh, I'll give my daughter some money.
West of Waterford says conduct a choir. I'd rather they'd conduct lightning. He's on fire tonight, this kid. Papsmear
Who's
says
the
those.
Mortal Kombat guy?
Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat.
Never
guy.
heard of
Like,
that.
It was like, shh.
Oh, Raiden?
Shao Kahn? Oh, yeah.
Raiden, the lightning guy.
Yeah, Christopher Lambert.
Yeah, yeah.
The Belgium guy who could...
He culturally appropriated that role.
I am a god from Asia.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
an Asian
We had to
man.
pretend this Belgian guy was an electric Asian guy. Like,
Yeah, he was. That's what the movie should have been called, dude. Fuck the name Mortal Kombat. The name should have been Electric
Yes,
Asians.
he was. Yeah, he was. Yes, he was in Highlander.
Before that, he was in Highlander. How the fuck does he get these roles?
Yeah,
How
he was
is
in
this Belgian
Highlander.
fuck-
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Great point there. How was he in the Highlander? I guess he had some.
He's an
like,
actor and he tried out for the part and got it.
Sean Connery was in it, and his last name was Ramirez.
Yes, exactly. He's a Spanish guy. He played a Spanish guy.
My name's Ramirez.
Yeah,
No, it's not, motherfucker.
No, you sound Scottish. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, he played a Spanish
It's your
guy.
real name. Before he changed it.
Mm-hmm. Papsmear says these two are into pegging for sure. You're not wrong. They probably
I
are
mean,
into some
Adam.
weird shit like that, like
What's
two
that?
sisters like fucking each other.
We're into pegging.
These two go ass to ass with that big ass dildo from Requiem.
For a dream.
Or Twitter at FSP2020 and
Oh.
email us.
There's their
What is
Twitter.
your something larger?
I wonder if their Twitter's still up. We'll go pay them a visit later on.
gmail.com. And hey, thanks for listening.
Shut up, you stupid bitches. God damn it. All right, so that was just the intro. This is episode 1, and it's called Separate the Stress from the Stressor.
And
And
it's only 24 minutes at least.
yes, it is. And
It's
and
not
they
a 3-hour
also
show like us.
They also have an entire goddamn transcript with timestamps of every word that they say throughout the entire goddamn episode. Could you imagine having that kind of time?
A transcript.
Yes. Yes, because it's actually, and this is something I've seen time and time again. I get emails all the time from different companies that want us to help. They want to help us optimize our searchability. They want to help us transcribe all of our episodes to make them more inclusive for the people that can't hear and shit like that.
We definitely don't need to do that.
Which, no, like, I don't have a problem with that, but it's like, no, don't tell me you're trying to be more inclusive when the real issue is here. You're trying to make some fucking money. If I wanted to transcribe the podcast, I could. I know that there are programs out there that automate it for you. They kind of dog shit, but they work. So don't try to hit me with this like, oh yeah, we think it'd be a really good idea because it'd make your podcast that much more inclusive. Deaf people don't give a fuck about what I have to say. Most people don't give a fuck about what I have to say. I do this because it's fun. You know, we're certainly
Well,
not
if
fucking
you're deaf,
breaking
you
any
can't
barriers
hear
with this
what-
show. What, Adam?
If you're deaf, they can't hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about transcription services. They want to transcribe the show so that deaf people can enjoy the show. No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not paying you to do that. God damn. All right, let's. What, Adam? What non hilarious
No,
thing
no.
are you finding funny?
I mean, these haircuts are great. We're doing good.
Yeah, you need to get one of these tattooed on your ass. Fucking jackass. Anyway, let's get into episode 1 here. Separate stress from the stressor. Hopefully we'll learn something. Ah!
Oh yeah, dude. They're feeling it.
Every time I
They're on the
hear
Caribbean.
that stupid intro music, I think about that mousy bitch who plays the ukulele that got Louis C.K. in trouble from Scrubs. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yes, yeah. She was in a couple things beyond that too.
Fucking horrible face that you just want to crush with a phone book.
Hey, everybody. I'm Emily Nagoski.
I'm Amelia Nagoski.
And this is the very first
And we
episode
eat
of
too
something
much.
we're calling the Feminist Survival Project.
We're the
2020.
Nagoskis. Huh?
Our goal with each episode is to
Yes,
provide
queen.
something you can use today to make life a little less overwhelming
A diet.
and a little more joyful.
Every episode will be different, but Emily's going to summarize the 3 main
Let's look at 'em while we're
themes to
listening.
the approach of wellness we're going to use right here at the top.
Okay.
Actually, hold
First.
on. Real quick. We would be remiss if we didn't play this game. Gun
I
to
feel
your
like a
head.
vampire. I have to be like,
Hold on. Shut the fuck up. Gun to your head. Which one? You have to choose one.
to the right,
Yeah, right.
stage right.
Can I take the bullet?
No, you can't. If you refuse,
Great question. Great question. Yes.
if you refuse,
Yeah.
they're gonna kill your mother in front of you.
You go right. You go right or you don't. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Or actually, no. If you refuse, you have to fuck your mom instead. So you have to choose one of them.
You're going right then. Yeah, I'm with Adam on this one.
You got it. I mean, what do you got to do?
Yeah.
You gotta
All right.
do
So it's agreed. It's agreed. The right one's hot.
The afro on the left just doesn't do it. Like, there's nothing about the one on the left that like.
Yeah, the guy on the left. It's like, all right.
But we don't see their full package though. What if the one on the left that's got the
the cans
goods?
and the donk?
Cans or the booty or something.
What if the one on the right has the dick? Well, then I'm definitely going to the one on the right.
Yeah, you're all about that.
Anyway,
8-inch pipe.
Papsmear says, "Damn, Rick, does that make you audiophobic?" Yes, it does. West of Waterford says, "Bye, Mom." Kyle says, "The one on the right is 2% better, I guess." Papsmear says, "Bye, Mom," as well. And then West of Waterford says, "Hi, Mom." All right, let's get back into it.
Wellness is not a state of mind or a state of being. It is a state of action.
Oh,
It
okay.
is moving freely
Yogi
through the
fat chick over
cycles
here.
and oscillations of living in a mammalian body. What this looks like in practice is granting your body the opportunities it requires. So pausing for a moment because my pit bull Thunder is currently lying.
Oh,
on her
okay.
back
Pause
with her
everything.
paws
Pause everything
soft
right
and
now.
resting.
What do you got to say?
First of all,
What do you have to say?
they're like, okay, like they do this word jumble, oscillations of like whatever.
They have to sound smart.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly.
If they want your money, they have to sound
It's like-
smart.
and they're like, oh, my pit bull. It's like, okay, well, you are
Thunder.
officially a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
You have this pit bull. I hope it.
You think she rescued it? You think she rescued that pit bull?
Of course. The pit bull will turn on her or them or Zimza or whatever.
It's gonna rip one of her tits off in her sleep one night.
Yeah.
I rescued him, and I like to think he rescued me too. And then it just snatches her horrific looking fucking chest.
Glasses. Oh.
Yeah, that too. Hopefully. No, that's the problem though. Is like if you get on the internet and you pretend to sound smart, you'll probably make a shitload of money from these dumb bitches who are trying to be empowered. I mean, we're a prime example. We're actual geniuses, and we don't make a goddamn cent. So take that for what you will. I just think these bitches here. There's clearly no men in their lives. And I'm not saying that for one reason or another. But I feel like if they did have productive relationships, and I'm not saying it even has to be with a male. I'm saying that like if they were in loving, caring relationships, you probably wouldn't see this show. This show wouldn't exist. You know, a lot of the things that they're talking about are just inane, dumb bullshit things that you think about when you have way too much free time and way too much time to yourself. You know, when you're constantly having to walk yourself away from these mental cliffs and ledges and things like that, that tells me a couple of things. You don't have a lot of friends. You're not in a committed, loving relationship of any sort. Your family has probably had enough of you at this point. You know, so now you're turning to the obscurity of the internet to have your thoughts and opinions heard.
That sounds like you, Rick.
I mean, whatever. But it's one of those things. I mean, yeah, that's the sad part about my life. I have plenty of family, friends, and a relationship, and I'm still talking nonsensical irritants on the internet. But then again, you know, it's for no one other than myself. I don't give a fuck about anyone else, whether or not they like it.
Oh, shut up.
Or what? What are you going to do? You going to come down from the mountain?
You care about other people than yourself.
No, I care about other people. I'm saying I don't care about what other people think of me or how they perceive me and shit like that. That doesn't matter. Clearly, based on the show. Robbie, shut up! I'm talking to two fucking irrelevant shut-ins who don't go out into society for any reason other than to like buy food to sustain their.
I go into work every day in the city of Denver.
Okay, yeah, and you sit in your fucking stupid little glass office,
but I go
divided
to work
from
I have more
everyone
interaction with
else.
People than you do.
No, you don't.
I 100% do.
No, you don't. You sit in your little stupid office, you get overpaid for what you do, and you go back home and you hide in the mountains and you fucking talk yourself out of turning the heat on in the wintertime because you're afraid you're going to go broke one day.
I'll say this.
I have a fireplace and plenty of wood, and it's free.
No, I'll say this. The heat is now turned on. So it was a record-breaking season.
Well, I'm glad that you had that breakthrough. What, have you been seeing a therapist or something? He told you it's okay to put the heat on? You're not going to lose your vast fortune?
We got 2 weeks, like, as a like 2 weeks after our last record.
Everything's always 2 weeks. It's gonna happen in 2 weeks. Call back to 4chan.
2 weeks later than usual.
Cool.
To turn on the heat.
Okay.
Sure.
Cool.
All right. Well, I'm just saying.
Kyle says they're probably feeding that poor dog vegan diet. Hopefully not. That's another thing that pisses me off when people fuck their pets' diets up based on like what they believe is right. Papsmear says left the SPCA and stopped off to get a case of Smuckers. I don't want to think of an animal, let alone any living thing, going down on those women. Women in quotations. West of Waterford says they probably pegged the fucking dog. Yeah, that's more likely.
Just looking incredibly peaceful and happy. And the reason we have animals in our lives like this is because they teach us how to be by simply being themselves.
Ugh.
And Thunder right now is teaching us how to be super soft and happy. Easy, good girl. Okay.
Of course.
So, first things first, wellness is not
they got a girl
state of
dog
mind.
too.
Nor is it a state of being. It is a state of action. It is moving freely through the cycles and oscillations of living in a mammalian body.
A lot of oscillation.
What this looks like in practice
They
is
really do like to repeat themselves.
granting your body the opportunities it requires to rest and to work, to connect and to be independent, to feel stress, and to find your body's way to safety. That's the
What
first thing.
is this Confucianist type
Cure
of
for burnout
bullshit
is
that they're
not
talking?
self-care.
Don't even give it that credit.
Self-care
It's word soup.
is
That's
the fallout
garbage.
shelter you build in
Means
your
nothing.
basement because
There's literally
apparently
nothing
it's
going
your
on in this.
job to
It
protect
means
yourself from
nothing.
nuclear
Yeah.
war. The cure instead is simply care. It is all of us caring for each other.
Oh,
What this
fuck
looks like in
you.
practice is when you think you need more grit, what
You know
you
what?
need
It
is more
sounds
help.
it sounds like the
When you
new
think you-
fortune cookies.
Yeah,
Like, you get
dude.
the fortune cookies from Chinese restaurants.
Oh my
and
God.
Now instead of saying like something good will happen to you, it's just like this shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's word soup. When Robbie and I got that weird sushi the other day, they gave us fortune cookies that were not fortunes. They were literally just statements. I think mine said something close to that. It was like, oh, if you just stop worrying, then bad things won't bother you. Thanks. What the
What
fuck?
if it came up and it's like, have you got vaccinated?
Well, that would be more topical, I suppose, but
I wouldn't doubt it.
it's the same goddamn thing. It's just these.
One day you will get the booster.
One day there will be a world where there will be nothing but boosters. You will not eat food. You will just get your food through a booster. And or blow darts, as Project Veritas showed us. They're talking about, got to blow dart people.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
You need
I never
more
met Dart.
discipline. You need more kindness.
Jesus Christ,
And when you
Robbie.
look at others and think they need more grit, what they need is more help.
What does that even mean?
And when you think they need more discipline, you're
put
done.
that fucking dog down.
And when you think they need more discipline, what they need is more kindness. That's the second thing. And third of
This
our
is
main
Lady
themes,
Jesus talk.
these two key ideas are part of a larger solution, not just ways
A
to survive
final
while we
solution.
work toward the solution. When the needs of our bodies take up as much space as they require,
Their bodies
and
take up
when
a
we turn
lot of
toward
space.
each other's needs
Oh.
with kindness, with compassion, we are already rejecting the forces of white supremacist, cis heteropatriarchal, wild, exploitative post-industrial capitalism.
This is good news and bad news because it means the system has a vested interest in preventing
Let's go,
you from doing
Brandon.
either.
Yas, Queen.
Did you hear all
Let's
those
go,
tags they
Brandon.
put on it? Holy shit, man. These are the most nonsensical. They're saying nothing. They're throwing in some buzzwords every once in a while to get you riled up. And other than that, it's just they're just, I don't even, they're like saber rattling. It's like these feminist saber rattling, or I guess in their particular instance, this would be like ice cream spoon rattling. No?
It's trust fund rattling.
It will try to steal your body's freedom to rest and love and feel safe.
Where'd Robbie go?
It will try to block you from turning
Hopefully
toward
to an
other
early
people's
grave.
experiences with kindness and compassion. A lot of what we're going to talk about on the podcast is how oppressive systems sneak into our lives.
They're almost 4 minutes in and they're still
into our
talking about
ability
what they're going to talk
practice
about.
care, and what we can do to eradicate it.
So, wellness is a state of action.
These broads need some fucking
cure for
knuckle
burnout
shampoo
isn't self-care.
right in the goddamn
It's all
scalp.
of us caring for each other.
I'm sick of this.
And
They're
when we
saying the
embrace
same
those
thing
things, we're
over
not
and over
taking
and
a
over
break from
again.
fixing the world. We are already fixing the world. The first time I read that summary to my marital euphemism, he said, "So you're the opposite of lean in, kinda. You're lean on."
Did she say she read something to her marital euphemism?
She used the word euphemism, yes.
What the fuck is this? This isn't a podcast. This is like the ramblings of two mentally ill people who are trying to be relevant in a world that has very obviously left them behind.
Yeah.
I don't know who this show is for.
CNN?
I think a real feminist would listen to this and be like, what the fuck are these bitches talking about?
Maybe.
A real feminist, not a crazy, psychotic, out of their minds, just want to fucking create a disturbance, you know, quote unquote feminist.
Yeah. Fuck lean in, kinda. Yeah. Let's lean on each other. And
Don't do
help
that,
each
you'll
other
break
keep
something.
Moving forward, we are all to some degree wounded by this culture that separates us from each other.
Or are they
turns
wounded?
us against each other. So we all need help.
Let's call those 3 themes the summary of a user's guide to a feminist survival kit. That's how you use the gear you keep inside your survival kit.
You think they planned that?
And that brings me to the first piece of gear we're going to offer for this kit. Here it is.
What do these guys know about feminism anyway?
Separate the process of dealing with your stress
When they're not measuring their own dicks, what are they doing?
stressors. Let us break that down. First of all, let's talk about
They're
your
built like hockey goalies.
These are the things that cause your stress.
They're called penalty
And-
boxes.
You know what they are. It's traffic and deadlines and your family and climate change and your terrible boss and the patriarchy.
Hold on.
The
Hold on.
patriarchy.
She claims that a nuisance in her life is climate change.
And her family.
That's fine. I get that. But yes, a big nuisance in her life is climate change.
Well, I would say that it's also fair that climate change could complain that they're a nuisance because of all the greenhouse gases that cows let out.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Especially those cows.
Well, that was the fucking joke. Again, thank you for being aware on a comedy show.
Goodbye.
West of Waterford. West of Waterford says, my last fortune cookie said, you will rape an entire village. I guess they knew my lineage pretty decently. Yeah, you guys were a bunch of rapists back then, weren't you? He also says, lean on something. 9/11, the sequel is on, apparently. Papsmear says, those faces have stopped a few pucks.
Oh, no.
Well, you knew it's only a matter of time before we get fucked on.
I'm looking. Yeah,
oh, okay, it's back.
fucking-
It's back.
Also be internal stressors like self-criticism,
Sorry about that, folks. Little technical
residual trauma
difficulties.
reactions.
The feminists are shutting
Your
us
stressors
down.
are the things that activate stress in your body. They're anything your body receives as a potential threat.
Like chicken grease.
We're going to have a whole episode on evidence-based strategies for dealing with stressors, but the short version is planful problem solving.
Again, 6 minutes into the podcast, and they're just talking about
say
what
your
they
stressor
are
is
going to
getting
talk
a
about.
degree program that is deeply sexist or otherwise oppressive. Every time you go to class,
that a black metal
or
band,
even every time you
Stressor?
think about going to class, stress is activated in your body.
Stress is this physiological response to
So far,
those stressors.
Stress, they're not touching on anything that's specific to feminism or women in general. They're talking about things that stress everybody out, and they're talking about inane, dumb bullshit. Inane, dumb bullshit that basically applies to everyone. There's nothing so far. I mean, aside from them not having anything to say, they're also just horrible talk show hosts in the sense that, like, this is only a 24.5-minute episode, And 6 minutes in, they're still telling you not only what they're going to talk about in this episode, but what they're going to talk about in episodes they haven't even produced yet. What the fuck is that?
Well, you mean, look at the blue hair. It's crazy. And, the pink hair is coiffed. It's
Again,
a crazy podcast.
Another sick contribution from my co-host of 3 fucking years.
Happens.
I'm tightening my drawstrings to my sweatpants because I'm ready to end
the
this
emotions
bitch
we
real
associate
soon.
with stress, that's both the flight emotions of fear, everything from worry to anxiety to terror, and the fight emotions of anger, everything from annoyance or frustration up to rage. Those emotions happen in your body. It's an evolutionary adaptation designed to help us survive potential threats.
Anything.
Like, for example, being chased by a lion.
Like you'd even be able to
You're
outrun
in the
it.
environment of evolutionary adaptedness, the savanna of Africa, and you see a lion. It's coming right for you. What happens next? You run.
It backs down
When
because
you
you're
see
way
the lion,
bigger than
your
it.
physiology undergoes a massive
You
shift.
eat it. Problem
in response.
solved.
Your heart rate accelerates, your blood pressure increases, your breathing rate increases, your pupils
You have a heart attack because you're
dilate.
you're
Blood
the size
moves
of a
away from the
house.
surface of your skin, so if
She's
you get
trying
caught,
to be
you
a
don't bleed as much.
leftist,
Your immune system shuts
like a
down, your
shit-lived
digestive system
Joe
shuts down,
Rogan.
your reproductive system slows down, your attention shrinks down to the here and now, to information relevant only to the immediate circumstances. You can't think outside this immediate problem. All these changes
They are
happen so
not
that
doing feminists or women a service at all. Like basically what they're saying in all these different little descriptors and all these little things that terrify them or give them anxiety, they're just explaining how every little thing makes them feel weak and out of control. And they have not offered up any solution to that weakness or feeling of weakness at all so far. 7.5 minutes in, they still haven't given us anything other than, they're victims.
They need to eat more steak.
I think they're just having low blood sugar in general, dude. They need to get off the microphone and get back on the buffet.
you can run like hell without getting the distraction or metabolic burden of the rest of your physiological, cognitive, and emotional self getting in the way. So, you run. Let's imagine you successfully run back to your village and someone sees you coming and gestures you through their door, and then they slam the door in the face of the rampaging lion. You stand with your shoulders against the door while the lion pounds against it and roars and scratches, and then...
I've seen the houses in Africa. That fucking lion's getting into that house. I'm telling you right now, that lion wants into that house. It's getting in.
Talking about Donald Trump.
Jesus Christ.
At last, the lion gives up. It huffs and walks away to go look for different prey. You watch it.
It's a religious lion. A religious lion.
And then you look at this person who just saved your life. And how do
and
you
you
feel?
eat them.
You're relieved. You're exhausted.
Until you
You're
find out they have
grateful to be
AIDS.
alive. You love your friends and family. The sun
Or COVID.
seems to shine brighter.
Robbie,
your respiration
you
rate
guys really
returns
know how to punch
normal.
down a
your
joke.
Heart rate slows. Your blood
No, you
pressure
gotta be more
reduces.
topical.
Your pupils return to normal. Your immune system comes back online. Your digestive system comes back online. Your reproductive system comes back online.
Your reproductive system shuts down and
Your attention expands to
moments of
encompass
duress.
the world beyond this one stressor.
I bet these two Muldoons get really, really heavy periods. Like not normal heavy periods, but like they're rolling up Afghans and quilts and shit like that and sitting on them for days on end.
Are you implying sores, Adam?
Go on.
Stress sores.
Mm-hmm.
Herpes.
You guys are fucking terrible.
Body knows because you ran.
I need
and
new
you were
co-hosts.
protected,
I need to change the format of
that
this
it is
goddamn
safe
show.
now. You know your body is a safe place for you to live. And that,
Yours isn't.
friends, is the
Unless you like
complete
high
stress
cholesterol.
response cycle. This is the secret. Apparently, no one has told anyone, or we keep forgetting. Stress is a cycle. The solution to stress
Those
is
are
not to
dude
just
chins,
relax.
by the way. Those are
It
like
is to
dude
go
chins.
through the cycle. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end, just like all of our biological cycles. Digestion, too, has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And if you don't get to the end, some not so good things would
I wish we'd get to
happen,
the
right?
end of this fucking show.
If stress is a cycle, that means all those fear and anger related emotions are cycles, just like our biological cycles. They have a beginning, a middle,
All right.
and an end.
Episode
Emotions
1,
happen.
9 minutes and 43 seconds in, they're talking about their cunts.
Cycles, dude.
I'm surprised it wasn't sooner, but then again, you know, they've been talking in circles for the past God knows how long.
In your body, they are physical phenomena.
Talking in cycles.
And for a wide variety of reasons, most of us are walking around with years or
decades
of incomplete stress
Ugh.
response cycles in our bodies, just waiting for a chance to complete. Our bodies are amazing this way.
No, they're not.
All
Your
that
bodies are
stress will
not.
Just wait for us.
Their bodies are the least amazing bodies I've ever seen in my life.
Bodies are terrible. Hang out until we provide it with a way to
Toby Maguire and Matt Damon.
In the next episode, we'll describe a dozen evidence-based.
The one on the right just got a little bit more fuckable because she kind of does look like Matt Damon.
I don't know. Some people like Toby Maguire. Tobes.
Papsmear says these bovine skanks are gagging. Just make me a sandwich.
Especially when he was Speederman.
I think if they made you a sandwich, you'd have to fight them over it.
Strategies for helping your body complete those stress response cycles. And if you're already feeling that in your body and you're hungry for ways to help your body, skip the rest of this episode and just go on to
They're
the
always
next one.
hungry.
But the bottom line is, we are not designed to hold on to all this stress. Our bodies will do it for us, but they pay a price. If we think about the cardiovascular
They must be very, very stressed.
blood vessels are designed
That's
to
all
cope
I can
with
say.
a gently flowing stream of blood.
Stress
with the
has taken
occasional
its
short-term
toll on these
fire
women.
hose of stress-induced high blood pressure. But if that blood pressure stays high for extended periods of time, that fire hose of pressure starts to physically damage the blood vessels. And those damaged spots are where plaque accumulates gradually over the years.
Where's the feminist talk? Where's the actual getting down to
that was pure feminism.
Where's the getting down to brass tacks of feminism? All they're doing is citing things that apply to everyone. This has not been a feminist podcast. This is a hey, here's some information for everyone podcast.
Nope.
Sick contribution again.
That's how
Eat your
stress
edibles.
leads
I don't know
to
how many times I have to tell you this.
Or the digestive system. Stress alters gastrointestinal motility. More specifically, it
Motility?
delays
In a
gastric
fucking
emptying,
bathroom?
food
Like-
moving from the stomach to the colon. And
Probably.
it accelerates colonic
I don't think
transit.
motility
food
is a
moving
word, by the
through the
Motility?
Motility. She said motility. That's not a word.
She's enunciating the entirety of the word. Logan, will you see if motility is a word?
Yup.
And if it isn't,
may
we're
be a
gonna
word,
sue
but it
this
doesn't
bitch.
Conform to her definition.
What would her definition of it be?
Mm.
Oh, okay. So another you speak and
No.
contribute to this show the same way that they are contributing to their show right now. You are the
It's not.
same as these two women.
Logan.
Logan said it wasn't a word.
Thank you.
You heard what he said. You just didn't want to keep getting lambasted. You are
You
these
misspelled
women.
it.
I'm going to start calling you Adam Nagoski. It's Adam Nagoski, everyone. He's a fucking co-host in quotations of the Brass Tacks Podcast. Talks about his cycles all the time.
Stress can cause IBS, and
Bag of
acid
shit.
reflux, and a variety of other gut issues. The bottom line is, you have to deal with the stressors and with the stress itself.
Why do they keep calling it
And those are usually
stressors like it's a
completely
bad
separate
guy in Star
processes.
Wars?
Trying to deal with your stress by dealing with your stressors is like trying to digest by doing the dishes. Trying to process your rage or fear by addressing the professor or boss or patriarchy that activated the rage or fear is like trying to digest by doing
Here's another problem.
Here we go.
Here's another problem that I'm seeing right off the bat here. They just equated a boss or an authority figure with something with the patriarchy. So in their eyes, a woman can't be your boss. A woman can't be in an elevated position of responsibility. Not in their world where they're
Stressors.
constantly oppressed and being surrounded by stressors and things like that. So these two bitches, again, have proven themselves to be a blight on the movement of feminism and should be drummed right the fuck out of town. That's ridiculous. Like, they don't, are they not hearing what they say? Do they even give a fuck? Yes, we get it, Adam. Say the same thing over and over. God damn, dude. Does it ever get tiring? Does it ever get tiring doing the same fucking bit every single week? Just repeating
I feel like this is the first time I've said stressors.
No, it's the same. It's the first time you've said stressors. It's not the first time you've repeated the same thing to no avail, no comic avail whatsoever, but continued anyway because of your searing autism that knows no bounds.
Reverse sear.
Dishes. For
Yes,
sure, it's a
reverse
necessary part of the process of living a modern life, but it's not what's going to help your body move through the cycle. We have to separate the process of dealing with the stressors from the process of dealing with the stress. And again, that's
What does that
good
mean?
news.
That doesn't mean anything.
You know what it means?
Of course it doesn't.
It doesn't
It
mean
means
anything.
you can
But
move
this sounds
like
through the
AOC.
stress response,
Yes,
even
exactly,
when the
Robbie.
stressor
It's a shit
is
lib.
still
It's a shit
present
lib.
in your
talk.
life.
We gotta
You can do
understand the
something to find your
macro as well as the micro. We gotta
So the
understand
macro and the
the
micro.
reasons known and the reasons unknown.
Which is Donald Rumsfeld. We have
Yes.
known unknowns. We have known knowns. We have unknown knowns. So like, yeah, that's a Rumsfeld. She
Thinking-
just did a Rumsfeld.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, they're taking a playbook out of a lot of politicians. They're talking in circles. They're just they're saying nothing. They've already
CIA.
They've already talked down to women several times, and they don't even realize it, which is disgusting. And I think it has a lot to do with, I think it's a regional thing. Like I think we've determined with I think it's pretty safe to say they're from an area in the Midwest where there's probably not a whole lot going on and shit like that. Hence them being able to find the time to produce such an inane horseshit podcast, if you can even call it that. These are probably some of the most ill-informed people, let alone women, I've ever seen in my life or ever had the displeasure of listening to. And I don't think they even understand what feminism is or what it means to be a feminist, because they've already relegated themselves to victims and having an inability to be in positions of power. This to me, they deserve to be slapped in the face with cocks.
That's Perfect Circle.
That's Tool.
Way back to the relaxation phase of the stress
You're
response
retarded,
cycle.
dude.
Even if your stressor isn't gone
you
yet,
just
even-
went instead it's Perfect Circle. It's Tool.
I know the pieces fit.
Yeah. That's how ill-informed Adam is.
It's Tool. Perfect Circle.
Tool.
Perfect Circle's a different band.
I didn't say the band. I said the name of the song. Isn't it Perfect Circle?
No, it's Schism.
It's exactly.
Oh, it is.
Jesus
Schism.
Christ.
Sorry.
Which I guess a schism could be a perfect circle.
It's about a perfect circle, but
if the lion is still outside your door. So Amelia is the person I think of when we get to this part. So would you like to tell your story? Tell them nice
Oh boy.
people.
Adam loves a good story.
I really believed that the only way to deal with
Store
stress was by dealing with the stressor. I also believed that once I dealt with the
stress
stressor, my stress would
She's
just
a
be
stress
gone.
whore.
If I noticed myself getting progressively sicker and sicker or in more and more pain, I thought that was just my body being a shitty, broken body. I really believed
right.
that the
It
only way
is.
to deal with
Look
the
at these
stress
bodies.
was by dealing with the stressor. I also believed that once I dealt with the stressor, my
Matt
stress would just
Damon.
be gone. If I noticed myself
Matt
getting
Damon.
progressively sicker and sicker or in more and more pain, I
wish
thought
she
that was
would.
just my body.
I wish
being
she
a
would
shit-
define what she means by her body becoming sicker and sicker and being in pain.
Look, dude.
Because
she got
That
sicker
body
and
is
sicker.
sick, yo.
She found
Yeah.
Rachel Maddow, and she got healthy. So
Mm-hmm.
shitty, broken body. Like you were the Arnold Schwarzenegger one, and I was the Danny DeVito
Ooh.
one from that movie
Whoa.
Twins, where one gets all the strength and the other one is all the extra weak stuff. So yeah, I believed I was fundamentally broken. But also that stress was basically just imaginary, and any physical
She's always a
consequences
victim.
from stressful situations was a coincidence. So before I learned to separate the stress from the stressor, I had to learn that stress is a cycle that happens in your body. That all
Oh my
feelings,
God.
including
Oh my
stress,
God. How many times are they
real
going to say the
and
same
happen in your
fucking
body.
thing?
They aren't just a plot device for Lifetime Channel movies. I feel like I need to explain why I didn't believe feelings were real, because there are definitely some listeners who don't know what that means.
There are no
who
listeners.
aren't sure themselves what they truly believe about feelings. I never believed in feelings because society told me my whole life that feelings are a woman thing, a weakness thing. And because I was strong and a leader, I didn't have to fall for that hysteria. I didn't believe feelings were real because of internalized misogyny.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same reason lots of men are distanced from their emotions. For me, it meant I instinctively...
Again, do you see how she just referred to a stereotype to identify like why she was acting the way she was acting? She was acting a certain way because she thought that's what she was supposed to do, to go against the grain of what was expected of her. She's that fucking dumb and unaware and already has zero ability to think or act for herself. These people, the more they talk, the more they reveal themselves to be fucking puppets and very just weak human beings. Put aside the fact that they're trying to be feminists or whatever the fuck they're trying to do. They're just weak human beings, and they have no business trying to create a show that's supposed to empower you in any way. Because even someone with half a brain cell like me is picking up on all of the inconsistencies in the things that they're saying. This is fucking dumb. It's just inane, dumb nonsense. Talking in circles, saying the same thing over and over again, trying to drive a point home that doesn't even exist. God.
Shut down any emotion before I was even consciously aware of it. It interfered with my musicianship and performing for sure. And learning conducting was the first thing that clued me into the possibility that maybe feelings were...
You had to learn to conduct? You do this.
Yeah.
You wave your hands around like an asshole for a couple hours, and then people clap and you go home.
Well, it's down, right, up.
That's a swastika. Stop.
Was that what Smashmouth was doing when he was drunk on stage with his hand gestures?
He's doing swastikas, yeah.
And that they were in my body and ready to accomplish some stuff. But I really compartmentalized that just to my conducting. Until I was about 32 when I went to the emergency room for the first time, and you gave me all those books on how to meditate and manage stress. And I was like, but you manage stress by doing the work?
Room. You watched the emergency room for
the stress happens in your body unless you deal with it. It stays in your body and slowly...
That's like that bitch at the Joey Coco Diaz show who had to go to the emergency room because she ate too many edibles.
Well,
just
no, it's
collapsing
not,
under pressure.
Because that person will be fine. This person is not very attractive. They won't succeed, most likely, in anything. Like, it's unfortunate.
My thing is like, I've had more anxiety attacks in my life than I care to admit. And yes, it does feel very crippling, and it does make you feel like you're having a heart attack, and it can also be followed or predicated by depression, things like that. But you identify it for what it is, and you fucking move forward. You fucking figure out what caused it. You figure out how to prevent it from happening again. And if it does happen again, you have to be able to identify that it's happening, why it's happening, shit like that. You don't go burden a physician, because all they're going to do is give you pills. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Some people do take medication for anxiety and shit like that who I guess need it or whatever. I've got really shitty anxiety, and I deal with depression on a regular basis, but like, I feel like I'm a lot better off identifying it and dealing with it on my own and contextualizing it and shit.
It's better.
Yeah, and it does suck, but at least I'm not dependent on these fucking pills that have all these crazy ass side effects that'll most of the time not even help the core issue. You know, I'm not one of these people that wants to continuously run from my problems and dull myself and my sensibilities with pharmaceuticals.
Well, you're not hardcore unless you live hardcore, dude.
Good to have you on, Adam. Good, always a fucking pleasure to have you on the fucking show.
Tears your body apart. In this case,
an hour off
appendix
from
apart, and they had to take it out.
Yeah,
But as part of that journey, I learned a lot about stress. The most helpful thing I started was practicing Tai Chi. It's recommended for stress.
We're in the second,
and I saw a big Tai Chi
intermission,
thing at the Olympics the
hockey.
previous summer and thought, they look like conductors. Conductors should be able to do that. I couldn't have articulated why.
See this fucking bitch at
When
a
I think
podium
back
waving
to
her
it,
fat
it's the
arms
same
around.
kind of calling I felt in the 8th grade when I knew I would be a conductor. I didn't know why, but it ended up being
'Cause it was
exactly
easy?
what I needed.
Stressor.
Tai
It takes
Chi
no
opened up
personality.
the whole universe to me, made me rethink how everything works, how my body is
going
organized,
on
how
in
my
the chat?
feelings exist in my body and out of it,
People
and how
chatting.
who I am is part of
Okay.
something larger. These are ideas that 32-year-old
That's
me would have thought
awesome.
sounded like hippy-dippy nonsense. But once I walked through the Tai Chi door, it was like Doctor Strange
the Tai
getting
Chi
booted
door.
into the mirror
I
dimension
can't
for the
listen to this,
first
dude. I'll
time.
break
Like,
my computer.
oh my
This is it.
God, the
Go ahead.
world is
Do
so
it,
much
John.
bigger than I imagined.
This is garbage.
So yeah, now I could see the yin and the yang, see how my instinct
Yin
to
and
shut
the
down when my
yang?
feelings had shown up in my whole life, literally from the moment I was born, when I didn't breathe for the first 5 minutes after I popped out. I
Oh,
always
shut
thought
up,
that
you
shutting down
fucking-
was just normal.
This
and
bitch is a
correct.
perpetual victim.
Now I could recognize that
Yin
my
and the
body could
yang.
tell me things. Holy cow, my body could tell me.
At least she knows how to
It's
identify
against
it.
me, but I'm not against the world.
This is West of Waterford says first time at an ER is at 32. That's a charmed life right there. Yeah, exactly. Dude.
Yeah.
How many times I've been in an ER before I turned? I'm 32 right now. I've lived in an ER before, dude. I was always doing some bullshit growing up.
What it needed, I
Shut
could
up, Adam.
trust
No one's
it
talking to you.
and believe it, and I didn't need a medical professional or a fitness
Turd.
guru to tell me what was true
Older
about
than
my body.
Well, of course
When
you
I have
didn't.
feelings,
She
I can
clearly
actually
didn't
feel
use
them.
a
They are
fitness guru.
real. Holy shit, feelings are real. My feelings are real. I am real. Holy shit, it turns out I'm a person. I did not know
Very
that
good
until I
person.
was in my mid-30s.
Yeah.
And I didn't know I was a real person.
Does she not
It
understand
really
how
was like
mentally
developing superpowers. I went from
unstable
feeling
she
helpless
sounds?
and broken to feeling like I was a
No,
real
of course
person with
they
the
am.
capacity
They're on
to
the
interact with the
SSRIs.
world in a healthy.
She didn't realize she had feelings and didn't realize she was a real person until she was in her mid-30s. That's a problem. These people are out here getting driver's licenses, operating heavy machinery, probably on a ass load of pills, things of that nature. I'm guessing due to their personal politics, they probably don't own guns, so that's a good thing. That to me seems really dangerous. That somebody that lacks that amount of self-awareness was just hurtling through life and didn't become self-aware until they were 30 something, until they were in their mid-30s. That's
a lot of
insane.
people.
West of
Yeah, a lot of
Waterford. West of Waterford says, wait a second. You're 32. You're older than me, Rick. I know. I've got a boyishly good-looking face. Thank
Rick
you.
is not 32.
I am. I'll be 33 in November.
You'll be 33
32 dicks.
in a month.
That's right. Be 33 in, yeah, a little less than a month, actually.
Yes.
Why? So what's the point of that, Adam? What was the,
I'm just saying, you're not.
What's the
You're
payoff?
not young, dog.
I don't think that was the
You're going
point.
into your Jesus year.
I don't, well, again, I don't think that was the
You
point.
might be sentenced to death by Roman authorities.
That's another thing about Adam. He always tries to find these weird little corners to try to take something away from someone in some way, but then he gets caught up in it and doesn't realize that it's not working. And then all of a sudden it's oh, moving right along. West of Waterford Podcast says, I'll be 32 in November. Nice, dude. Happy birthday. I'm November 7th. When are you, dude?
Yeah.
I'm curious now. We the Scorpios. I'm Scorpio bros.
Mm-hmm.
That's gay.
So we're doing a 3-hour show next weekend for my birthday.
No,
right?
we're not. No, we are not. And plus, I don't even know if I'm working yet. I have no idea. Oh, he's November 3rd. Nice. All right. Well, happy early birthday. If I don't talk to you beforehand, I probably will. But if not, happy birthday. But yeah, no. If the conditions are right and I'm not on the road or something like that, I'll think about doing a 3-hour show. I'm not going to commit to that yet because I never know where I'm going to be. My job's fucking nuts, and we'll leave it at that. Let's try to chug along a little bit more with this show before we call it a night.
Way.
PI.
I'm still working on realizing that capacity, but at least now I know I have it. My life has changed a lot since that first ER visit. I finished my doctorate, I moved to another state,
Thank you,
I
sir.
wrote a book, and hell yes, it has been stressful. Sometimes it has been overwhelming and exhausting, like when I had to live at your house for 6 weeks because I sold my house and the lawyers wouldn't let me move into my new one. You, me, 2 husbands, 3 cats, 4 dogs.
They are
Jesus.
married.
But it doesn't matter.
Who married these guys?
Yeah, 2 guys apparently decided to marry these other guys.
4 men in a house with pets?
Oh.
Oh my God. What, Logan?
Some white knights.
Logan?
Thanks, Logan.
Leave that man alone. One bomb in how long? Logan bombs the least out of everyone on this fucking show.
Well, he's never on the show. What do you mean?
Well, yeah.
Once every 2 months. He's the right
smart.
type of intern.
He's fucking smart. He knows how to play the game.
Paid, so he's going to show up quarterly.
Yeah, he knows how to do it.
That was really easy.
Okay. But it doesn't matter what the stressors are because I've
There's
learned
no
how to
real
listen
feeling
to my
in
body
these women's
and do
voice.
what it needs when it tells me to complete the stress response cycle.
So when I look back on your story, first of all, I don't know how
Your story.
we could have gotten so far into life with such different ideas. And for me not
Except
to
for
have
the
known
same idea to create a shit show.
that you didn't know that you were a person who had feelings.
Yeah, that's real funny.
But I also see your stress as like moving gradually through your GI tract. So you had tonsillitis when you were in high school, had 15. You had your tonsils
now they're
removed,
fucking
and then
doctors.
You had acid reflux that had you like going to the college health center in the middle of the night because you were like, "What is going?"
So this woman is so fucking victimized by her own. She's been betrayed by her own body this many times because of her stressors. I think she's talking about all these stressors in her body and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, when you look at this person who's talking, I don't know which one it is, but if you look at these people, they don't seem to have been living the most healthy of lifestyles. And I'm going to go out on a fucking limb here and say that all of the health defects that they're dealing with now in their, I'm guessing, late 30s, early 40s, something like that, I'm guessing it's the result of unhealthy living and not the fact that they're perpetual victims and, you know, they're blaming everything on their GI tract and their anxiety and their inability to deal with the patriarchy, man. It's fucking chicken nuggets. That's their problem. That's their real stressor. It's the fucking chicken nuggets floating around their bloodstream.
No, I mean, they're Lena Dunham, like rich kids. Who cares?
Going on with me? And then you had appendicitis in grad school, and these days it's endometriosis.
Adam must have a lot of
That is roughly
stressors.
true.
He had that.
As a kid,
I
it was
did.
mostly upper respiratory infections. My immune system was like, no, thank you, please. And in retrospect, I can see that I stored all my rage in my tonsils for 15 years.
That's not a metaphor for anything.
No, until they
What?
were so big they choked me. They got
That's not
sucked together when I inhaled because of the Bernoulli effect, you know, physics. I was sick all the time in college, and there's
So
a
this
trend
was
of
before
ailments
COVID, right?
that were doing everything they
No,
could
this
to
was at
slow
the
me
very
down,
beginning.
shut me down. It was my knees when I was about 22.
Did you not listen to the intro, the fucking 5-minute intro we were making fun of? They stated that this show was created for feminists to help them survive the pandemic or whatever the fuck.
Right. So, are they still alive?
I'm guessing so because there's a shitload of episodes that followed this. They have not stopped making episodes, dude.
Oh.
They're let me see what they're up to at this
What kind of
point.
feminists are they?
So their last maybe they did stop because their last episode was
2 years ago.
Oh my god. It was episode 63, How to Listen to Your Body. And that was done in
It was over 2
July
months ago.
25th.
Almost 3 months ago.
Yeah, so yeah, hopefully they did realize that this is a bag of shit nonsense show and they just quit doing it.
They come too far.
Let me see their about section here. Oh, okay, it's just the same thing they said before. Oh, they have an Instagram. Let's see what their Instagram. Oh no. Oh no.
What?
Dude, look at this broad with it's just a bunch of the same picture. That's who's producing this show. Holy
Seems
crap.
about right, yeah.
Yeah, that guy's on. I mean, what we want that guy.
Someone fucked that guy.
Yeah, that guy's just hanging out. He's got a thing on his head. Whatever.
You would.
I would not.
Rick only would if it had a penis.
You're not wrong. Oh, this is just that's too perfect.
There's that pussy right there.
That's exactly the type of person you imagine listening to this show right there. With that fucked up Reba McEntire hair and a goddamn cat that probably smells like her cunt laying over her sloppy sloven tits.
It's a Gwyneth Paltrow candle.
Oh god,
Oh, yeah.
I still can't believe that's even real. You know,
But
she
she said
got sued for those things. One of them like exploded or something like that. Her candle.
Squirted.
Yeah, exactly. But no, her candle like exploded or something like that, and fucking she got in a bunch of hot water because of it.
In hot water.
Yep. Let's see. Pap Smear says both got molested and self-medicated with junk food. And on comes the hypochondria to get attention. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. These are irrelevant, talentless nobodies who have to make up shit about themselves to get attention. Even if it's negative attention, they don't give a fuck. God damn. Oh, look, there's them trying to be presentable with makeup on, looking more and more like the Wachowski sisters. Look at this Jay Leno chin, too, dude. Jesus Christ. I'm surprised Tony Hawk could do a hand plant on that thing.
What if it is? What if those guys have wigs on?
Those are called stressors.
Yeah, they have stressors on their head.
Oh, boy. Oh, wait, there's volume.
Sanitizer. Song. You ready? Palm to palm and palm to back. Palm to back. Knuckles, fingers in your nails and your nails. Don't forget your fingertips. Show them lots of love. Pay attention to your thumb. To your thumb. Palm to palm,
dude.
Palm to back. Palm to back.
This woman is holding on to life by a fucking thread.
Don't forget your fingertips. Show them lots of love. Pay attention to your thumb. To your thumb. Now my
These are
hands still
Canadians,
wet.
for sure.
I'm guessing
Sanitizer isn't done
They're from
doing its
Canada.
job.
I'm guessing
Mr.
that
Canadian.
like her sister's the one shooting these videos and stuff. It seems like they have very little time to do. I mean, very little to do outside of this little project of theirs. And whenever, like, how many days how many days a week are you really working as an orchestra or a choir conductor or something like that? I can't
Well, they're not
imagine that's a
working,
40-hour a week job.
They're not working. They're not.
This is just the worst Instagram profile I've ever seen in my life. I wonder if it says where they're from, because I'd love to prove Adam wrong.
Ottawa.
Yeah. I'm not seeing anything here. Oh, link tree. Let's try to chase this lead down. Emily and Amelia. Oh, they were on the Today Show?
Oh.
Canadian.
Get the fuck out of here. I wonder if we'll get copyrighted for this, or if we'll get the strike
They're
for
from
it.
fucking Canada or something, dude.
Oh, and they're talking about
Logan, get on this.
Yeah, Logan, look up. Are they Canadian?
There's not going to be enough information on the internet to tell you where these two broads are from.
Yes, there is.
7 minutes.
What?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's see. Let me get some volume.
Not figure out what was wrong, and eventually they sent me home and said, oh, it's just most extreme.
Its goal, help women put a stop to the constant rush hour of our lives.
Burnout at its most extreme
Ugh.
becomes isolation and helplessness, which are the two most dangerous things a human can experience, feeling like there's nothing
That's
they
not
can
a
do. They're
Canadian
trapped
accent.
and they're alone.
Yeah.
Amelia experienced her own struggle.
What did I tell you?
while
Look at her
earning
waving her hands around. She ain't doing shit. Oh, look, you got time to rub your nose and stuff. Conducting isn't a job. It's not a job.
4 days, they could not figure out what was wrong, and eventually they sent
They're
me
from
home and said,
Kansas.
oh, it's just stress, you need to go relax.
Same thing.
Her experience helped.
Is that for real, Robbie? Did you really find that?
We have lost count
No, I
of the
just
number
can
of women
tell.
who've come to us and said, yes, I was hospitalized for stress-induced illness.
They're
It
from
is so
California.
much more common than we even thought.
Emily and
They're originally
Amelia
from
write that
Kansas. They moved to
changing how we
California to be
react
movie
to
stars.
cycles of stress
What?
helps prevent.
What?
You heard me. You heard me.
No, I didn't. What did you say?
I said they're originally from Kansas. They moved to California to be movie stars.
You know what? I'll just do the fucking search myself.
Well, on that note, guys.
What's their names? Emily and Amelia.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, here we go. Oh, let's see.
Ottawa, Canada.
Oh my God, it says Emily Nagoski, PhD, is a sex educator and author of New York Times bestseller. Yeah, that's who you want telling you how to fuck. Jesus Christ, dude.
Where was she born?
I'm trying to find that out, you asshole, since no one else wants to do it. I'm only over here producing a live fucking show. I can't count on any of you other assholes to Google something as simple as this.
She was born in Columbia University.
Yeah, just don't bother doing any of the work, guys. You guys just sit there and look fucking stupid.
I'm in portrait mode.
Just a fucking retard. Oh, she's got her own site. It's emilynagoski.com.
It's Kansas.
Oh, let's see. Programs worksheet about Emily.
Delaware, University of Delaware. Okay, I was close.
She went to Indiana University as well. Why is it not saying anything about where these broads are from? Are they even human?
Canadians.
Adam, why don't you do some Googling and help me out here so I'm not the only one fucking doing this during a live show here.
No, I did.
Got buttons to push and stuff. Yeah, it doesn't say. This bitch is something else. And also, again, she's over here educating people about race, gender, and class. Since when is it a white woman's place to be doing that type of shit? Like, again, like Bill Burr said, white women swinging that leg with the Gucci boot on it right over that velvet rope and pushing themselves to the front of the line.
Yep, they struggled for sure.
I'm telling you.
Well, on that note, kids, we love you. But
the fucking
Jimmy Dore's show is about to start, so we need to go.
Yeah, you guys don't get to tell me when the show ends. I'm the one that does that. I don't know where the fuck you guys get off trying to do that. If you
leave your station, you're gonna get taken
I don't
out.
care. No, I don't care if they do. They can leave their stations, dude. Like, I'm not fucking fully prepared to do this shit alone. Bunch of fucking hacks. Oh
Damn,
man, I won't have anyone interrupting me with non-points.
He's doing the last hour alone.
Won't have anyone fucking giving me shitty jokes that no one laughs at.
I wore knee braces for years,
about your
went to physical
knees.
therapy, nothing helped. And then my
Bags of
lower
shit.
back, I threw my back up for the first time in undergrad, once or twice a year, every year thereafter, but I very rarely get serious back pain now. I wonder why.
What?
Oh, I have a lot of back pain.
She's in a
these
wheelchair.
days. Shit.
No
The
stressors.
knee pain's 99% gone.
This is actually me and Adam's podcast.
Also, I was
talking about
diagnosed
back
with
pain.
adult onset asthma
Yeah, we
in
could definitely
undergrad,
have
and that's mostly gone
Oh,
after
the
recognizing I was
Bacchiotomy
missing and
podcast.
constantly my rage and despair. I don't want this to sound like medical diagnoses aren't
Decompressors.
valid. Sometimes bodies just get screwed up for mechanical or chemical reasons. You know, germs are real. But for me, the overwhelming number of ailments that were bogging me down from a very young age were because I wasn't aware that my body had all this stuff going on and that I was repressing and holding on to it. I was way sicker than people who know that feelings are real and that feeling them is an okay thing to do.
Yeah,
Oh my
the
God.
story when we were kids is that I got
sounded like she
sick
was about to
once
cry
a year.
just
I
then.
got badly
Maybe.
sick when I was sick, but it was once a year.
Yeah, you
Why are
literally
they
got
not?
an award.
Why
I
are they
think, in
not
third grade
explaining
for
what
perfect
sick
attendance.
is? I don't think
And it
they
didn't even
mean
occur to me that
conventional
perfect
sick.
attendance was like a thing people could do. Yeah.
Sick thoughts.
So I
Went to
know
the
that it's
school
the
of sick
emotion stuff that
thoughts,
fixed
man.
the physical stuff because it's mostly fixed
CHOTS.
now. None of it was fixed by medical interventions, except like the removal of problematic
I wouldn't mind
organs,
some sick
which
thoughts.
didn't so much fix the problem as remove the
I
problem.
agree.
It was only when I started completing the
I saw some
cycle
sick
that I
thoughts
started to
walking down the
feel
boulevard
like
today
I
when
had
I was
a real
driving.
body, a normal, not broken body, a fundamentally
that note.
good body.
I feel like this is a piece that has been missing from the conversation around burnout, especially for
Adam
women.
trying to have
We
control.
have not talked about the physical impact because burnout is emotion. It's the exhaustion of emotions, which necessarily means that it's an exhaustion on some level of our
All right, thank you everybody for joining us for another installment of the Brass Tacks Podcast. I appreciate you guys joining us today. We hope that you were able to stay awake for that last part there. If you have any suggestions or anything you want to see on the show, please send those to therealbrasstacks@gmail.com and make sure to stay away from all those stressors in your life. Go ahead with the plugs, boys.
Free Palestine.
Hey, Kyle.
Yes.
Go Avalanche.
Free Julian Assange, free Steve Donziger, free Daniel Hell, or lick your mother's butt.
Free Brandon.
Oh, free. Oh, let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, dude, let's go, Brandon.
That's
come on now.
It's very timely,
free
boys.
Joe Rogan. Sue CNN.
Mm-hmm. Definitely Sue CNN. Sanjay Gupta, hashtag.
Yes.
Just cringy bullshit. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your weekend, and hopefully we'll see you next Saturday. If not, I'll let you know if we move the date. I never know where I'm gonna be. I love y'all. Take care. Be nice to each other. Peace.
That's right.